Awesome.
Hey! Wait.
Hello, guys.
That's an easy fix.
Oh.
Oh, you got it.
All right, there you go. Hey! All right, we're finally good about this. What's going on, guys? Thank you guys for being here. So today we're doing what everyone else is doing. We're playing Resident Evil, but before we play Resident Evil, we're going to look at Resident Evil. Before we even do that, how's everyone's weekend? What did you do, Mike?
Oh, there was a tournament here. Rewind. Oh, at ESA. So I was working at
What's the ESA?
Esports Arena.
Oh, okay, so you were here.
Yeah, that's what I was
Hey,
saying.
Terrizio.
For the Rewind tournament where they had Team Fortress 2, Halo, Combat Evolved, and Shadowrun, like the old school shooters that aren't like current. But they still have a community that people play. So they had tournaments. They flew people from around the world out here for them. Actually, pretty big turnout. It was pretty cool.
Oh, very nice. No, I was here for a little bit doing photos.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was actually pretty cool. I just thought it was funny to see like Weed Maps was sponsoring it.
Mm-hmm.
I kept looking over like Weed Maps. That seems a bit.
They're doing a lot in gaming, actually. A lot. It's just that they're smarter about it.
Wrong one. Wrong one. That's mine. Yours is above your head.
You want me to give him shit about quesadillas, but you're giving me shit about this.
Yeah, right? Look at that.
This is my Dr. Pepper.
Uh-huh.
I'm drinking the rest of your Dr. Pepper.
Oh no. Okay, then I will never let go of your female taco.
That's not even a thing.
Female taco.
You know what? And you just lost your Dr. Pepper. Yeah. That's what I thought. But anyway, yeah. There are
Female
people from...
Puffy, cheesy gordita crunch. Your female taco.
I have no idea what she's talking about, chat.
Bull.
Anyway, yeah,
Bull.
we
This
had...
is all going on before we started, and I'm just gonna continue it because it's hilarious.
Female tacos.
Yeah, that's...
Yes,
I don't
exactly.
know.
Apparently, according to Mike, tacos have genders.
I'm not sure.
Now, in
said this?
fairity of what he said, he said the Spanish language has male and female verbs. And he was
Yes.
trying to describe that, and when you said gordito, or I said gordito, he said, get the gender of it right, gordita.
And he left that space open for interpretation.
No, I didn't leave any
taco
space open for interpretation.
being having a gender,
the
therefore
context of the
I'm not going
conversation
to let this
filled
go.
that gap. Amber is just being a child right now.
No, I'm not
Okay,
being a
she's
child.
she's the youngest
I
one
found
here.
another thing to torture you with because it irritates you, and that
It doesn't irritate me.
it does because you keep
saddens
fighting.
me.
You keep
It
fighting
saddens
with
me.
me on it. Therefore, I'm
doesn't
getting
make any
slight
s-
satisfaction.
that doesn't make any
after
sense. That-
just continually
But no,
to pick this
you're-
up.
you're just saying-
And look at your expression. It brings me so much joy.
Hold on.
No, you're just saying something.
We'll let you guys find it out as I...
You're saying something that's empirically just not true, and I'm telling you this. That's not me fighting. I'm trying to help you. I don't understand.
No, I understand completely.
Okay.
I understand everything.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is that I'm continuing to fight, and you're still fighting with me on it, trying to convince me of
Because you
something I
didn't-
already know.
You didn't
And-
tell me. You just now told me you knew this.
I know.
Why didn't you
Because-
say this earlier?
Because your expression is so amazing.
That doesn't make any sense. That's just oh
no,
my god.
I'm trolling you is what
Thank
I'm
you.
doing.
Good
That
job.
is what I'm doing to you right now, and it is amazing. I'm surprised that you did not realize until I just said this that I have been trolling you this entire time.
I am not. How am I supposed to know what you do or do not know?
You should
No.
know.
Answer that question. Answer that question. How am I supposed? I'm supposed to assume what is up there. You don't even know what's up there, probably.
By pure friendship and how wonderful of a friendship we have, you should know my humor by now.
This is not an after-school special, Amber. This is real life. This ain't Fifi.
Only joy.
Anyway, before Amber with her silliness started, rewind. We saw a lot of teams from Europe come out for TF2. TF2 had like a really Team Fortress 2 had a really big turnout actually, and a lot of the highlights from the tournament with people like cheering and going crazy on stream and in the audience here was for that game. If you guys don't know, Team Fortress 2 is basically the game. Like without that game, you wouldn't have your precious Overwatch. Overwatch is basically Team Fortress 2 and Paladins and
Yeah.
whatever else Blizzard concocted and mixed in. Oh, and their StarCraft 3, their StarCraft 3D game that they were going to make. I think it was StarCraft Ghost they were making back in the day that they canceled. Was it
Yeah.
StarCraft Ghost, the 3D StarCraft game that they were making, and then it,
Yeah, and they got rid of it. They
and they got
scraped
rid
it
of
and everything like that.
Yeah, so
They were
yeah.
like, we're over this. We don't want to deal with this anymore.
But yeah, that's what I did this weekend. And then there was an after party, lots of drinks, lots of chatting. I met a lot of new cool people, some pretty hot chicks from Australia.
Pretty hot. Did you get the numbers of the chicks from Australia?
No, because they live in Australia.
Did you hook up with any of the chicks from Australia?
No.
Teresio just made the most amazing comment back up there. Should rename the show 2 Guys, 1 Girl, 1 Couch. Teresio, you know, your humor's after my heart. I love it.
Yeah, I would say good job, but it just seems very hard to make people laugh at anything.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just one of those things where,
I have a great sense of humor.
there you go, talented,
Exactly.
powerful.
Amazing.
I'm shocked. You're Miss Queen Troll, and you don't see what Duncan's doing to you right now. Yeah, okay, well, good job. Always for debate, Amber.
I just play along because I don't give no shit.
Language.
Humor's after my heart. What? Rap?
I would say good job.
But Jesus,
I don't think I swore on the show. Have I?
Oh, I'm horrendous at swearing. I'm sorry. I did warn Duncan, though, about the cursing in my
what?
problem with it.
So what did you do this weekend other than cursing and being a depraved individual?
Well, you know, the typical horrible things that I usually do. But on top of that, I did a art stream as well as started the Game of Thrones Telltale game and played a little bit of Skyrim.
And you, Duncan?
So what I ended up doing, sorry, I was getting our chat lined up there so we could actually see both and not just one.
Okay.
So now we have not that chat right there. There we go. So now we just scroll over so people can see. All right, there we go. So
Close that ad if you can, and then.
are you offended by that ad?
No, I actually think.
Well, the
movie
chat's
looks-
right there on the left.
Oh, yeah, sure. Never mind. I just think the movie looks cool, but it would be easy.
I was gonna say, I was like, okay. All right. So on top of that, guys,
What did you do this weekend?
that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, you said on top of it like you were moving on. That's a transitional phrase.
I'm sorry. Fuck, Mike's ready to fight. I'm just trying to talk for a second. I said everything
said
up,
a
and you just came
transitional-
at me like
no,
that, bro.
No. You said a transitional phase. The chat, when you watch the archive, you'll see that. You'll be like, oh, that's why he thought I was moving on and ignored the question. It makes sense.
I have worked him up so much
So,
that he's ready
what
to
did you
fight
do?
anybody.
I'm not fighting.
I don't even know if I want to
genuinely-
talk. You just
I actually
defended me.
want to know what you did this
All right,
weekend.
all right, fine. You want to know?
Yes.
All right, fine, fine.
You're not saying anything.
All right. So anyway, so what I ended up doing this weekend was I ended up Friday. I went to NAMM. It's
that?
National Association of Musician Merchandisers.
Okay, so because I was thinking Vietnam, and that didn't make any sense.
I saw
Continue.
Sinbad there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, Sinbad. There was actually no other artist.
Last time I saw
recognized.
Sinbad, it was when he co-starred on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
that was
I-
the last thing I saw him on.
I didn't see anything on that. Like I saw him there and I was like, that's interesting.
You didn't go, yo, Sinbad, you're
No.
alive. What's happening? What are you doing? That's what I would have done.
No, I basically was. I went there, saw my spot. I dropped off her PC because we were there for was it Music Room VR?
Okay.
Which is something that's pretty cool.
That sounds pretty badass,
It's
actually.
basically you take a VR system and you make it. You can learn instruments off of it.
Okay.
The delay is by fractions of seconds, so it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Besides that, we ended up doing that most of the day. Then I went to go watch Split. That's the new M. Night Shyamalan movie with psychological.
You already lost me at M. Night Shyamalan. I don't watch.
I was actually. It was pretty decent. It was like it was
He
alright.
made the last Airbender film.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that this is in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, moving past that, there was also what?
Right, isn't he making a new one?
Is he making another one?
He's making another film.
They're giving him more money for that?
Yeah, just try to tag team.
Not
was
the
a parrot.
Airbender one, but
A bit,
a
so-
new film.
Gonna
Oh,
have
no,
to
no,
go
no. Oh,
all
no.
50 Shades on
Oh,
it.
he's just a new movie, period?
Darren,
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so on top of that, guys, I went to Split Saturday. I did a photo shoot here.
Okay.
That's where I was at Rewind for our new T-shirts that we have. I have some in the car for
I like
you
how you
guys.
say we, but we don't have them currently.
They're in the car.
But we don't own them until you have them.
Fine, you ungrateful. So if you guys want to see, these are new shirts. We'll have some more photos posted them.
Who's
up.
we?
The company I work for.
Okay.
And us as a group.
I want to say us as a group, but you want to be individual over here.
No.
Way to go,
individual-
Universal Soldier.
Amber, can you? Okay, do you have that shirt on right now? Thank you. So it's just Duncan. That's the point I was trying to make.
They're in the car. Fine, you want to be wearing.
Someone's gonna have
So
to run up to the car.
substantially,
I'm not
they
saying
have
now.
T-shirts, but not here as
Thank
of
you.
now.
You can just say the shirt that I'm wearing now and show off the shirt.
Fine,
Thank
the
you.
shirt I am wearing now.
Thank you.
Anyway, so I did a shoot for that, and then I did. Oh no, I streamed on Friday, which was really big.
Okay.
That did well. We just got drunk and we played video games, and then
That worked.
Saturday I went out to a place of Den Iniquity. Oh no, actually no, I did normal stuff actually.
I did normal stuff.
Yeah, I went to
What
see
the
family.
hell were you going to say? That you had to. So, I actually did normal stuff. But you went to see family, all right?
Yeah, went to go see family.
Okay.
And then after that, we went to a nightclub. You know, and then after that,
Like dance nightclub
Yeah,
or
dance
like
nightclub.
Satanist nightclub?
It's not. It's not a nightclub where paganism is just like hell. It's just Jesus, Mike.
Goat blood sacrifices.
Yeah, the
and
blood
stuff like that.
sacrifices to the god of Null.
That's next week.
So anyway,
I'm just saying.
besides that, Sunday I ended up streaming again, but Sunday.
Was that when I tuned in? Was that on Sunday? Yeah.
But on Sunday I also hung out with my friend Julius. We went and had some Korean dishes. Went to a bakery.
What kind of Korean?
Wait, you're gonna
Korean, like
I misheard
barbecue?
you. Sorry. Continue. No,
What did I say, Mike?
What did you hear?
No, nothing. Oh my God.
Oh,
nothing.
Mike, what did you hear? I'm very
Korean-
curious.
okay.
What up, Rick?
I'm just-
Ex-Hunter, how's it going,
I'm
man?
just, I heard two things that just didn't make any sense. And now, well, they made sense. They were. But continue what you're
No,
saying.
go ahead. No, tell us.
No,
tell us
that's
what you
unnecessary.
heard.
Why?
I know. It's that whole. So on top of that, guys, we did that, and then that was about it. That was my whole weekend in
Yeah,
a nutshell.
very eventful weekend.
And so that, what about? And you did painting. So that was our whole weekend, guys.
I actually ended up selling that painting too, which I'm very proud of.
Yeah, Mike, you downplay somebody else's stuff, man.
I didn't mention anything.
I didn't say anything about her painting selling negative.
I know. You're being negative. Anyway, I'm just kidding.
I'm aware.
Anyway, guys,
Giving him nothing but shit.
I know this is gonna sit here mad at us.
Mike. He's just gonna
It
sit
makes
there
it makes me sad that happens. So let's see, Cyber Power. Okay. Anyway, so I want to let you guys also know. Hey, what up, Christopher Walter? Also, guys, if you want to check us out on Twitch, you just go to our Twitch. Sorry, I'm putting it in there right now so you guys can see it.
Dun, 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 dun.
There you go.
Twitch.tv/Cybergear if you want to join us.
And there you guys go. See, it's really weird because it doesn't show. I hate. Oh, I thank you for that follow so much. We do appreciate it.
Welcome.
Welcome here, Rip X Hunter. Do appreciate you for being here. Sorry, guys, we were getting this all together. It's one of those things where it's all set up in a different manner. But I gotta also check Facebook Live because like they update, and so like somebody writes something to me. So like one person like Christopher Walters, how's it going, buddy? It's good to see you again. Hopefully this keeps feeding through like it should instead of just sitting there. And that's one thing I do not like about it. Also, guys, if you're watching us on on Facebook Live, there is a way to get to our Twitch channel right there, so you guys can check it out and come over. So besides that, so that was a good weekend. So guys, we're gonna just get down to the nitty gritty of this thing. So we're gonna be playing Resident Evil 7 today. But before we do that, Resident Evil 7 comes from a long history of Resident Evils. I mean, we're talking from Resident Evil 1 to all these side ones, from Zero, Chronicles, Umbrellas, Silence. Jesus, there's a whole plethora of Resident Evils that are out there. But we kind of want to do a quick version of it, and we didn't want to sum it up in just a way. So I'm going to let Mike explain it for like 5 minutes. Go, Mike.
What am I explaining?
The history of Resident Evil. Go.
Like chronological order? Or
Yes,
just,
go.
Okay, so essentially, if you start at 1, I know 0 takes place before 1, obviously, with Rebecca, and I can't remember the name of the convict that's stuck on the trail, on the train. Because Resident Evil 0 is an on-rail shooter. It was actually pretty fun. And they still haven't revealed what happened to the M-Bait she was on the train with. His real birth is still unknown, but we know what happened to Rebecca. Anyway, it takes place right before the events of Resident Evil 1. Resident Evil 1 is when the STARS team gets stuck in that mansion. And it's the only game I can think of in the series where...
Shay Matthews, I'm sorry about that. We were just recapping. We usually open each show, Shay, with a recap of our weekends and what we've done. So, anyway, continue. Okay, so it's not easy for Mike to recap that, so what we're going to do is show you guys a quick video.
I'm like a big fan of like the story of Resident Evil, so it's hard for me to just pinpoint stuff.
No, it's okay. Everybody's in the same boat. I'm just saying, I thought it was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, so as far as everything goes for Resident Evil, we actually have a whole series. But originally, the whole game starts with 4 characters that we've all grown to love and know. Wesker, Barry, Claire, and Chris of the whole Resident Evil series. After that, we have lots of other offshoots that we can become more recognizable, like 2, which has Leon, Veronica...
Leon the Goat. Continue.
Leon the Goat? Why would you call him Leon the Goat?
The greatest of all time. That's how...
Oh, the greatest of all time. Okay, good call. So I was like, why would you insult Leon? He was really cool.
No. Yeah.
Anyway, so with all that, guys, we actually get a whole...
Ada Wong, that's my wife.
Ada?
Yeah.
That's your wife?
Oh, yeah.
So out of all the women, that's who you would be dating.
Have you seen her body?
Thank you so much for that follow.
Thank you for that follow, Firebeef.
It's a very beautiful Asian woman, yes.
Mr. Electron, what's going on?
Okay, all right. So... VR? What do you mean VR? So as we were saying before, no, he's asking, will there be a Resident Evil VR? You guys going to play Resident Evil 7 VR? No, we're not, because that's on PlayStation. We thought we could...
Is it only on PlayStation?
It's only on PlayStation VR. So Sony made a good idea.
That's a bad idea.
I know.
From Capcom, though.
Well, they still have the rights to everything. Just VR, you can't play it on it.
Yeah.
No, but that's
what I mean. That kind of follows though with Resident Evil history, though.
I know, and that's one of the things that we learned was that with Resident Evil, that different consoles a bit over. I mean, like Xbox didn't get Resident Evil till 5. Nintendo got it about like right before 4 was launched. It's kind of a weird setup, but that's how it built down to it.
No, I get that, but it's just there's no real logical reason to just withhold VR from PC. The VR opportunities on PC are stronger than PlayStation. Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess.
But they're trying to push a product, and that's something that
product.
Resident Evil. It seemed like in PlayStation tries to use Resident Evil to push a product, and with PlayStation VR coming out and stuff like that, and doing all that. I feel sorry
for all those PlayStation users that are going to buy PSVR for Resident Evil and have nothing but tech demos to play for 4 years.
Can I bring my PS4 and VR over? Sure. We'll wait about 4, 5, 6 hours.
How
He's
far
from
is
San
that?
Francisco.
Oh God, no. Yeah.
No, it works well. I mean, we'll wait 6 hours. We'll go get Chinese food. Come back. You guys can stay here. Facebook. It's only 4 hours, so we can't really do that. Well, I guess. So we're not going to be able to play that, guys, and it sucks, and I'm sorry. We really wish you guys could actually, be here to experience this with us, but you guys are there. That's totally fine. It's going to work one way or another. But one thing I do want to say to you guys is, so we're going back to the history. So going from 1, 2, and 3, those were really amazing titles, and if you guys haven't played them, I suggest you go back and do. But just to give you a recap of everything is, guys, I'm going to try to go pretty fast, and hopefully I can do this in the right manner of order. So basically with Resident Evil, it starts off in an old mansion that is being inspected by a team of special operatives from STAR. A lot of you guys don't know that. Please go check it out. I'm not going to break off into the smaller things, because if I do, it just becomes a whole long story, and we don't have any time for the side splitters. So we're just going to march right through it to say, from 1, they discover that there is a new virus out there called the T virus. From 2, it's a breakout of Raccoon City while Leon investigates throughout the city to find more things and uncover that the Umbrella Corporation is part of it. 3 is now dealt into the idea of where the Umbrella Corporation is, and now is trying to figure out more about what they're trying to do. 4 eventually launches to show that they've been worldwide and an international concept. 5 takes that the risk of the T virus and G virus, which is also unknown source to have come out, that the original virus maker of the T is murdered by the person who makes the G. Again, keep playing the game. Of 2. Of 2 people. So after that, with this all breakout and all the viruses going everywhere throughout the world through 5, 6 happens, a mass hysteria breaks out, and we lead ourselves to 7, where it has already been happened, kind of contained, but there are still remnants of it. This is where the 7 takes off as a completely separate story with none of the remaining characters that we know or have heard of. So making a new gamble for Resident Evil to see if people will still stick to the franchise and still love it for what it is and not for what it has evolved to. Although that we did love the clunky game works of 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6 kind of gave us more of an action, but 4 honed that as 5 and 6 focused on the more intensity of the action, as 4 still focused on the remnants of 1, 2, and 3. So as far as that goes, we leave at 7 where they take more of an Outlast approach from a first person, but still taking the elements from 1, 2, and 3, and still kind of incorporating somewhat of action, but not taking away the gameplay and the feel of what Resident Evil is.
I like how you looked at me for approval. I didn't say anything was wrong.
That was so really.
I didn't say anything was wrong. There was nothing wrong.
Fine, let's just watch the video.
You're
You're not
in that breakdown, and you're still going to show them a video?
Yes, the video is a very, very helpful one because if they didn't follow what I said, it just gives a better recap of how it gets made.
Okay.
You know, man, you make me feel.
How do I don't? No, I don't make you feel anything you choose.
That was a mouthful. Agreed.
That's why I didn't have anything to say. You said everything.
Okay, I just was trying to sum it up in a way that people would understand in this short terminology.
And you did a good job.
Thank you.
You're so combative tonight.
The fact that you approve of me makes me feel better.
Don't make me regret.
Go away.
Thank you.
Yes? Okay. Anyway, so with that, guys, we will still show you guys the video because it is actually a very good video. One I tell everybody all the time they should definitely go check out. And it's a thumbs up.
How'd you find this video showing them?
I actually dug around a little bit, kind of. No, I didn't want to just show some random video I found from YouTube. It was actually, it's well done because it sums up how Resident Evil gets brought up into the survival horror. As a person who streams survival horror, I look for a lot of story. Firebreathe is my Twitch. Oh, cool! Thank you very much, Christopher. So there is a huge one that I approve of. Rams. Jesus Christ. So as far as that goes, guys, the horror survival genre is people try to break off into it in different ways and kind of approach it from different manners, which is really cool. But it needs a little more shake-up than that, and that's the part where I always tell people they need to try new games, go out there and see new things. Like if you go out and try Outlast, it takes the whole perspective of first person with no weapons. And I like that, because then there's still puzzles. And that's the part where I kind of like this Resident Evil, even though people aren't really going to be excited about it. What?
She's be over there being a coward again.
Yeah, so she's the one who's going to be subjected to playing it. So you guys get to watch somebody scream this. So, but before we do that, we're going to give her a break for a minute.
I can't wait. This is going to be great. I'm going to scare you so many times while you're playing, too.
Be careful of hands.
I should see if I can get the lights turned off, too.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No.
That would be pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I'll work some magic.
All right, guys, we're going to see this real quick. So give us a second as we set this up.
Better woman up, Amber. It's happening. So.
like you better woman up, Amber. This is happening.
You're talking that good jibber jabber before. It's moments like this I live for.
You're gonna probably get a hand or two across the face. Just letting you know.
All right, guys. So let's switch over to there right now, so you guys can watch it with us.
I can't for any bodily injury.
It sounds like you just want to hurt. You just want to hurt us.
Revealed to the world Resident Evil 7. And for the first time in franchise history, the game will take place entirely in first person.
Resident Evil 7 looks to bring the franchise back to its roots, but the game's shift to first person has caused so many people to say that it doesn't feel like a Resident Evil game. Well, I think we need to all ask ourselves the question, what is a Resident Evil game?
I knew you were going to say that.
Sure, we can say the series is all about horror, but with the main games and countless spin-offs having deviated so far from that path, it's sometimes hard to say. Throughout the years, Resident Evil has changed a whole lot, with the franchise shifting from survival horror to action horror to Mario Party, and now to first-person horror.
But how did all of this happen? How did we even get to this point? Well, to answer that question, we're going to have to go way back. To the 90s.
Oh, Repunner, no. Don't encourage him.
Back in the early 90s, the survival horror genre was kind of going through an identity crisis. Most games that were categorized as such felt more like point-and-click adventures than what we know today to be survival horror. There were titles like Seventh Guest that loosely embodied the horror genre, but mostly in the sense that their stories were about ghosts and ghouls.
Oh, it was Christopher Walken if you never saw it.
Oh.
They actually had a lot of celebrities in these games back in the day.
One of the bigger games to come out of this era was Alone in the Dark, a game that, while campy and somewhat goofy looking, it still laid the groundwork for horror games to come. And while it was a critical and commercial success, eventually spawning 4 sequels, it wasn't quite the horror game that most people were looking for. That's when game designer Shinji Mikami was entrusted with developing a new game for Capcom, one that would be loosely based off their own NES game, Sweet Home. Now, Sweet Home was more of a horror RPG, but it was the game's setting and specific mechanics that influenced this new game's design. So it was quite a bit of a departure from Mikami's past projects, whose resume consisted primarily of Disney licensed games, but he was up to the task and got to work on what we now know today as
Resident Evil.
I used to love that opening. Like, this moment always creeped me out every time when I used to play it on, like, PlayStation.
When Resident Evil was released, it changed everything. The pre-rendered environments aided in giving the game a truly creepy feel, and the inventory system limited the items you could pick up, forcing the players to be selective with what they held. But it was the control scheme that pushed the game into new territory. Players would rotate their character with left and right and move them forward by pressing up, regardless of where they were on the screen. What this did was slow the character's movements down, as it wasn't possible to just bolt out of a room at the first sign of trouble. Players would find themselves struggling to maneuver their character during these tense moments, making zombie confrontations all the more stressful. The game also had this sense of dread that made you feel vulnerable at every turn. The moments between each room, separated by the creepiest loading screen you'll ever encounter, were incredibly tense, as you were never quite sure what kind of monsters were waiting behind the door. There could be zombies, there could be zombie dogs, bees, crows, snakes, or even these guys. And while, okay, the dialogue might be more famous than the actual game itself,
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
that was all part of the game's charm. The B-movie horror aspect felt very
So
reminiscent
bad.
of the J. Romero script, and the campiness of the game would eventually become a defining
I love
characteristic
that.
of the franchise.
So 80s!
Jill, you should take this key.
Capcom had set
Or
a
his
precedent
lockpick,
with Resident
being
Evil,
the
so they quickly
master
got to work on a
of
follow-up.
picking locks.
This new game featured a pair of new protagonists, more numerous and grotesque zombies, as well as a more modern setting. It was shaping up to be a bigger, faster, and more intense Resident Evil than ever before. But a little over a year into its development, the game ran into a roadblock. Despite being almost finished, disagreements between the director and the producer of the game caused Capcom to completely scrap the project and rebuild it from the ground up. This unfinished game, dubbed Resident Evil 1.5 in retrospect, was never actually released to the public, but what rose out of its ashes was something spectacular.
Yep. Resident Evil 2. I
In
remember those sweet
1998,
graphics.
Resident Evil 2 was released, building upon everything that fans loved from the first game. With better graphics, music, and environment, the game gave players a much more cinematic experience, which aided in making the game even scarier than the first.
It's so weird
In
that
addition
that
to
was
the
like what
technical
game it was, and
advancements,
you were like,
the
that's
plot went
awesome.
much deeper into the mythos of Resident Evil. Going beyond a single mansion setting, the game now took place in Raccoon City itself, with your character given a much bigger environment to explore and get lost in. This is when the game started investing more time into its backstory, as you slowly learned about the virus, where it came from, and ultimately how it affected and infected the residents of the city. Resident Evil 2 also introduced what they called the zapping system, which gave the player different storylines and puzzles for each character. Regardless of the troubled development, Resident Evil 2 was a success. It went on to become the best-selling single-platform game for the franchise, with almost 5 million copies of the PlayStation version being sold. With the incredible success of Resident Evil 2, Capcom was on an upward trajectory, becoming the flagship developer for the survival horror genre. Countless other horror game franchises were launched in the wake of Resident Evil's first 2 games, including Silent Hill, Parasite Eve, and hey, even Capcom's
I
own
love
Dino
Parasite
Crisis.
Eve.
I like the 6 Parasite Eve.
Dino Crisis is whatever.
But the company knew they couldn't stagnate
even know
and
that was
kept the
supposed to be
momentum
a
going
horror
by
game.
releasing
Dino Crisis
Resident Evil 3
supposed to be a horror
Nemesis in
game?
1999, which was only a year after Resident Evil 2. The game had a much shorter development cycle than its predecessors, as Capcom was attempting to work on multiple Resident Evil projects at the time. But with the arrival of the PS2 just a mere year and a half away, they all knew that time was running out. A small team that had been working on a spin-off game suddenly found themselves tasked with making Capcom's third mainline Resident Evil title.
Still pretty impressive, though.
But the game stayed fairly true to the Resident Evil name, giving the players control of Jill
Can you imagine
Valentine,
that pressure in
and
a
were
year?
tasked with once again exploring Raccoon City. The biggest change, however,
Like,
was the
PlayStation 2 is coming out. We need a new title immediately.
Oh, that
zombie with a rocket launcher that stalks you the entire game. Nemesis brought in a slightly different terror, one that was a lot more action-oriented. During the encounters, you could choose to hold your ground and fight, or just simply run away. It made the game more frantic, and with the inclusion of a 180 turn and dodge move, it ever so slightly hinted at a new direction that the series would go. But we're not quite there yet. A year after Nemesis, Resident Evil Code Veronica was
second
released,
best one, if you ask
and
me.
while it didn't possess a number at the end of the title, it was by all means still part of the mainline Resident Evil story. Heck, the developers even consider it to be the true sequel to Resident Evil 2. Code Veronica was the first Resident Evil game to be released on a system not named PlayStation, with the power of the Dreamcast allowing the game to have actual real-time environments. No more pre-rendered stuff. Even though the game is widely considered to be good, the one thing that it didn't do was move the series in any new direction. Yeah, you had the new features that were introduced in Resident Evil 3, but the game felt nearly identical to it in terms of mechanics, which really isn't surprising, considering that they were in development at the same time. It may not have been the groundbreaking sequel that people were
I still think
expecting
Code
it to be,
Veronica was
but Code
3.
Veronica did have a few things to call its own. Namely, it featured some of the most ridiculous cutscenes to date, and it was a precursor to how ludicrous the series would get in its future games.
Yeah, this is true.
After the success of Code Veronica, Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami began the arduous task of remaking the original game. He was convinced that the first Resident Evil had not aged well. He felt a remake would allow new fans to really appreciate it more. So production began in early 2001, and over the course of the next year, magic happened.
I think it's just interesting how they set it all up.
Oh, this is the re-release on GameCube?
Yeah. I think it looks way better, though. Like, it made me say no to it, but apparently now I might go revisit
one
it.
that pushed the GameCube to its limits with real-time lighting, motion capture character movements, and even particle effects. The graphical redesign was what made the game. It gave players the terrifying atmosphere that the original game promised, with no compromises. It had only been 6 years and one console generation since the original Resident Evil, yet the leap in graphical quality was astronomical. But despite all the improvements made to the game and how much effort was put into making it one of the best Resident Evil experiences to date, there was one thing that Capcom just couldn't control: the poor sales. The remake was a GameCube exclusive, and while it sold 1.4 million copies worldwide, it was well below Capcom's expectations. And the following game, Resident Evil 0, sold just as poorly, despite it being made in the very same vein as the remake. 0 was criticized for not doing enough to advance the franchise. Critics were turned off by the clunky controls and outdated mechanics, as they said. And this was kind of a wake-up call to Capcom. They knew that people wanted something different. They knew that it needed to be more than just scary. They needed to make the game fun. If they wanted their next game to be a success, they'd really have to shake things up a bit.
I received special training in a secret organization working under the direct control of the president.
This seems to always be like the key mark for everyone now. Like, it's either you got on one
When
or
Resident
it's
Evil 4
4.
hit shelves in early 2005, people quickly found out that this was not the same slow-moving zombie fest like the previous incarnations. In the very first scene, the game showed right away just how different it was than any other Resident Evil game before it. You controlled Leon Kennedy, but the infamous tank controls were gone. The game instead featured an over-the-shoulder camera that allowed for greater movement and more precise aiming.
The Resident Evil
Slow, shambling zombies were replaced by villagers that sprinted full speed at you, wielding scythes, axes, and, even chainsaws. While this new breed of enemy wasn't classified as a zombie, that didn't stop them from being terrifying to deal with. Their improved AI allowed them to chase you up ladders, break through windows and doors, and even dodge your attacks. In
That's
short,
what
they were
he
a
does
huge
that
step
made,
up from previous game zombies and posed a greater
Evil
challenge
Within
than
good.
anyone had ever seen in Resident Evil. And with more intelligent and dangerous enemies came more powerful weapons. Thanks to the new aiming system, specific areas like the head or legs could be targeted, giving players new ways to disable their foes. Melee attacks were also introduced and now could be performed after stunning an enemy. No need to worry about being cornered or chomped to death when you were a single roundhouse kick away from freeing yourself. Leon was more powerful in close quarters, and naturally it made the game less scary. Yes, these were some astonishing changes that the game had gone through, but many felt that they were changes for the better. I mean, the first time Leon gets his head cut off by the chainsaw guy was a defining moment for most people, and showed that this game was not messing around. Resident Evil 4 garnered multiple Game of the Year awards, with critics praising everything from its graphics to its
Keeps
controls,
in God of War.
even its voice acting for once. After the series has spent a
Oh,
good
like,
decade
I saw God of War in there,
studying
too.
survival horror ways, people seem to embrace this new look for the series. This was the change that they had been hoping for. So, how do you follow up the alleged masterpiece that was Resident Evil 4? Well, Capcom had the idea of keeping the game very action-oriented and hopefully capture that same lightning in a bottle twice. They were convinced that this is what fans wanted. The overwhelmingly positive reaction towards Resident Evil 4 proved that people love the changes they introduced. So how could reusing that same formula do any wrong? With Resident Evil 5, what we got was a game that was heavy on action, but light on scares. The game took place in Africa in the blistering sun, so gone are the dark, spooky hallways of yore. And maybe the most controversial addition to the game, aside from the whole being in Africa thing, was the two-player co-op, as longtime fans felt it killed the spirit of the series. Is the game so scary when your teammate is loaded up with golden eggs just a few steps away? People didn't seem to think so. I'll be honest, my time with Resident Evil 5 might have been the most enjoyable out of all the Resident Evil games because of the co-op. For the first time, shooting zombies became a shared experience. Whether or not the game was scary, people couldn't deny that it was fun. By taking all the gameplay elements from Resident Evil 4 and ramping up the intensity, Capcom made the conscious decision to continue modifying the franchise. They turned the game into something that didn't quite feel like Resident Evil in the traditional sense, but it was something that could be appreciated on its own. Pursuing that change with Resident Evil 5 might have been the smartest thing that Capcom could have done with the game, because at that point, there was no way it could have lived up to the expectations that 4 set. Resident Evil 5 may not have been the runaway critical success that 4 was, but it wound up not only being the best-selling Resident Evil game of all time, but also the best-selling Capcom game of all time.
Wow,
Had
really?
that game designed around two players not only set it apart from Resident Evil 4, it propelled it into a category all its own and set the stage for what came next.
This game looks amazing.
What reason?
3 years later,
Resident Evil 6?
Capcom continued down the action rabbit hole with Resident Evil 6. Long story short, the game wound up being a disappointment for Resident Evil fans, as it seemed to try to be too many things at once. Capcom hit the accelerator on almost every facet of the game,
his campaign was
incorporating
dope.
an expanded
Leon's
online
campaign
co-op,
was- Chris's campaign
interwoven
was called
storylines
Storylines
with every
Storylines.
character,
That
and the
showdown was
ability
hype.
to
I was
shoot while running.
amped.
The last point was something that Resident Evil fans had been requesting for well over a decade, and now that the feature was finally in the game, how did they react? Well, to put it bluntly, people were torn. The game wasn't a complete train wreck. In fact, some moments from the campaigns are as thrilling as anything
really
else the
good.
series
Oh.
has done. But it was trying to be so many things at once, it kind of lost sight of what was good about the series. If one thing was clear, it was that the Resident Evil that fans knew from the 90s was finally gone. The series was now a shooter, with the only remaining ties to horror being the name on the box. Capcom even went as far as to classify the game as dramatic horror, clearly trying to convince people that the game was still the Resident Evil they knew and loved, but the damage had been done. Fans were heartbroken, and most of them believed that they would never see Resident Evil be a true survival horror ever again.
That's the only thing I hated in the game. That together, I'm like, oh, I wanted them to die. I actually let them die a couple times because I didn't want them to succeed.
So that brings us to Resident Evil 7, a game that Capcom claims is going back to its horror roots. And not only is it in first person, it's entirely playable in VR as well. Both of these things are new to the series, so these clearly aren't the roots that they're talking about. It's hard to say how the first-person perspective will help or hurt it, but what is clear is that Capcom has been taking hints from contemporary horror games like Outlast or Slender Man. But hey, I played the demo, and you know what? I like this new direction that they're going with it. I like this new Resident Evil. The gradual evolution of the series has shown that Capcom is not afraid to move on and try new things. And I think it's a wonderful example of a game never getting too comfortable with what it is. Even the small spin-off games speak volumes about Capcom's tendency to experiment with the franchise. People might point to a game like Resident Evil 5 and say, oh, this doesn't look like a Resident Evil game to me. But I'm not entirely convinced that a single game can define the series. The true definition of Resident Evil is as fluid as the brains leaking out of a zombie's head. So to answer the question, what is a Resident Evil game? Well, it's survival horror. It's dramatic horror. It's first-person horror. It's third-person action. It's campy dialogue. It's boulder punching. It's change.
I remember that too. That's what pissed me off with the boulder punching.
Resident Evil
Like,
might
that
never
pissed
be
you
the
off,
same
but
game that it was in
Leon
1996,
suplexing
but
people
that's
on their
okay.
head and their head
Because
exploding.
much like the
pissed you
game's
off?
own T-virus, it's
no, that pissed
constantly
me off too.
morphing and mutating.
So instead of trying to figure out what a
Not
real
being able to leave a
Resident
mansion
Evil
because
game
dogs
is,
are outside.
all you need to do is look back on its history, and you'll see that a Resident Evil game is everything the series has been. And
I was a
everything the series
kid.
will
What do you want from me?
So, monster dogs, plausible. Punching a boulder, not plausible? That's what Lions Strong?
Guess so.
That doesn't make any sense.
Of the wonders of the world.
Yeah, we're moving to that part right there.
But I'm not in the camp of people that want the Resident Evil to go back to 1 through 3. I don't mind the scary. Well, I mean, I was never scared playing Resident Evil. I'm never going to be scared playing video games.
How do you not do that? How do you not get scared by that game?
It just doesn't scare me.
Okay.
Like, you would have to do something real to scare me, and even then, it'd just be more of a flight or fight response. I'm not going to get that from like entertainment because I can never connect that way. Like when people see a movie, they get scared. I'm like, why? It's a movie. You know it's a movie.
This is true. This is very true. Okay.
But I just lack that ability. I'm not saying I understand that some people don't. Most people don't, so that's why they enjoy it that way. My enjoyment for Resident Evil has always been the characters, the story, and the action. Which is why I like Veronica. Even though they say Veronica was like 3, Veronica was more improved than 3. Like the camera angles and stuff like that, you weren't as limited as you were in 1 through 3. I don't like those games because of the limits, and I don't mean like gameplay limits. I mean things like isometric camera views, where when you walk in a room, you can only see what the camera is currently showing you. But that doesn't even make sense in my brain, because if I walk in a room, I can see everything that I'm looking at. So why is it that I can't randomly see a corner, and I enter a room, and there's a zombie in a corner, but I can't tell till that zombie either gets into the corner of the room I'm in, or I walk into the other corner. He's in the room I'm in. That is dumb. The loading every time you open doors was annoying to me. Like, there's so many improvements that came from 4 onward that people just downplay because, they made the game easier. If you ask me, the game got harder as they got older.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because they just threw way more enemies at you than you were fighting in the original ones. The original was like, 1, maybe 2 zombies, and then the boss fights. Resident Evil 5, there were legit levels where you were fighting, even with the co-op, you and your friend were fighting like 40 zombies. And I don't mean on a level. I mean in one area that you're in, you're fighting 40 zombies by yourself. Yeah. You're having to hold up downstairs, and they're charging you from the downstairs. They're climbing up a ladder through the windows. Yeah. You're having to hold yourself off. Like, I understand it's like, you have better controls and you can move around, so it's not as frightening. But see, that's an excuse. Capcom didn't limit you with bad controls back in the day because they wanted the game to be good. They didn't know how to make good controls. It was just a bad control scheme that just lucked out so fans prefer it. Now you want them to regress a control scheme where I have to turn and then aim. Like, who wants to do that? That's not natural. You can have a smooth control scheme and non-limited vision and still make a scary game. Look at Dead Space. Dead Space doesn't limit you like that. They just throw you. Dead Space 1 to me was as close as I ever got to feeling scared playing a game, just because I didn't feel scared. I felt the isolation of Dead Space 1 because you were literally on that ship by yourself, and you could understand how Isaac was starting to kind of lose his mind because when you were playing, you would hear sound and you look like, what was that? There'd be nothing there, and you're like, I get it. Like, if I was in his situation, anything I heard, you would look, because it's not even just like, that could be a danger. You're hoping to find life. You're hoping that not everyone on the ship isn't dead.
And I will if I reef. Sorry.
But so, like, for me, it's like Resident Evil can do that. You know, like, I don't want Resident Evil to go back to 1 through 3 where it's just bad controls because that's authentic gameplay. Like, no, you do that, I'm not playing it. Like, I'm good. And I like 6. I'm not saying 6 is the best. It's not. Just because Chris's campaign straight up was not Resident Evil at all. Like, I'll admit that. Chris's campaign was playing Call of Duty. You had too many tools. You literally had a grenade launcher. You start with an M16 and an MP5. Who's gonna be scared of any? You have the best weapons known to man in your arsenal. You fly a helicopter, you mow down zombies. It's awesome, yes. Is it scary? No, you're in complete... you encounter your brigade of soldiers and order them. There's parts where you outnumber the zombies. Like, it's not as scary. So I can understand people saying it's not Resident Evil. But if you play Leon's campaign in 6, they literally have you fighting with that reporter who throughout, like, it's like an homage to the old Resident Evils. You have limited resources. You're primarily using a pistol and your flashlight. You're fighting through a cemetery to get into the church. Like, it's an homage to the first 4 games. I think Resident Evil 6 did a really good job with Leon's campaign. It's just Chris's campaign that's just like, yeah, this is just a shooter. I don't know why you guys did this, but it's Chris Redfield. He punches boulders. Like,
well, see, I think more or less for 1, 2, and 3, I know that you're just like, whatever, because of the controls.
Yeah.
The thing is that with 1, 2, and 3, I like the fact that it had the element of the story being developed. Mm-hmm. I like the puzzles that went with it more than the puzzles that they had now. And that was my problem. And
I mean, if that's your preference, I can respect that.
And then when they took it to, I'm not gonna say like the control scheme was horrible. There was nothing like about that
sucked.
That was the worst.
Resident Evil fans want that back.
Those are the people who don't want change.
They want the let me pause the game and go through a menu to pull out an item. Like, I don't want to do that's stupid. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, I like the idea of where we're going now. I do. Well, they still kind of have an item box in this, where you just hit tab or something and it just comes out, and that's it.
I don't necessarily mean the item box. That's a staple. That's got to be there. What I mean is, like, I want real time, control of my inventory and items and switching and stuff like that. Maybe not. Don't give me access to everything, but I should be able to switch weapons really quickly, reload really quick. I shouldn't have to pause menu, drag ammo to gun, add, and then reorganize everything, and then let me shoot one more shot to zombie. Oh, gotta hit start. Gotta reload that single bullet I have over here. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Let me run back over here and use my typewriter ink and load the save and try it again and be more efficient with bullets. Or better yet, let me run over here where I stored my bullets so I can get the 2 bullets that I have in the fucking storage so I can go shoot that zombie. I better not miss a shot or I gotta reload the save again.
Well, no,
that's not fun, dude. That's stupid.
That was a challenge.
But that's not, okay. It's a challenge, right? Is that hard? No, because it's a trial and error thing. There's no skill in it. You just do it till it works.
Well, no, see, but they gave you enough bullets that it wasn't too hard, and they gave you not enough, so you just went blazing with bullets.
And I understand that. I'm not saying I don't want to Rambo through Resident Evil.
Sounds like you want bullet storming like Resident Evil.
You know what I want? I don't want to say, I missed 2 shots. Time to reload my save. That is dumb. You're telling me you've never had that experience with 1,
No,
2, 3?
I actually beat Resident Evil with a knife.
Okay. Now, I understand that you can do that. Was that genuinely fun, or was it? So you're telling me there was no parts?
I did it.
No. I'm talking about. I can understand the sense of accomplishment afterward. I get that. I played Dark Souls games. And stuff
Was
like
it fun? Yes.
While you were doing it, there was no parts where you were genuinely frustrated. Like, this is just stupid.
No,
never.
I was a kid too.
You think you could do that now, adult Duncan with resources, with responsibilities? I've got to stab this dude 900 times. Let's get to it. You're not going to do that.
Well, I'm sorry.
You have things to do.
You're a kid. You play anything. There's kids who play enough of these games back here that I'm not saying it's never enough, but I'm just saying it was one of those things that it drives me complete bonkers because I don't have enough time to do that as much as I'd like to. But you have enough time. When you don't, it's different.
Like with me, it's like I love games that challenge me, but give me a challenge where I feel like I'm accomplishing something. Like if you give me a challenge to just beat a game with a knife, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but do I want to do that? Like even other games, it's not even just Resident Evil. Like Dead Space is one of their achievements and trophies was you had to beat it on the hardest difficulty. And they also did that with the Evil Within. You had to beat it on the hardest difficulty where if you got hit once, you died. If you died, you started over. And I don't mean the chapter. I mean the entire save. So if you got to the final boss fight and died, you didn't start at that boss fight. You started at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Could I do that? Yeah, I could do that. I could. Am I going to? Fuck no. I like to play other games. I have shit to do. I'm not doing that. That won't be fun. There's a monster. Time to run around in circles until I get to the optimum distance, pop a shot, and we run around in circles. So I get to the optimum distance, and I pop a shot. Then we run around in circles. I'm not doing that.
Okay, Mike. So, but there is people that do like doing that because they love the
And
series so much.
Good for them. But you have to identify that they are clearly in the minority because they are people that they're insane. I'm just going to say it. They like doing the same thing over and over again.
Or they like a game.
But not
You're now harping on other people liking the game franchise so much.
No, you're not listening
the
to me.
Gears of War ones.
I'm not saying that they can't like the game. I'm saying that they want everyone to play the game that way, that inefficient, illogical way of just, oh yeah, sure, you could use a pistol, you could use a knife, play the game with a spork. Beat Resident Evil 1 with a spork. Why? Why would I want to do that?
Because they're trying to challenge you and see how good you are. It's like Dark Souls. You don't like that kind of stuff because it's not Gears of War.
I like Dark Souls.
You like Dark Souls?
Yes.
Why?
Because
it had
of the
clunky.
challenge.
It had the same. It had the same issues.
No, it didn't.
Hey,
you know
Andy,
what?
how you
The
doing?
clunky
Here's-
AI.
But no. What happened with Dark Souls? Right? Clunky 1. 1 was good. People like Dark Souls 1 mainly because of the story, if I'm going to be honest. But that's for the people who actually follow the story. 2 was solid. Then we got
Baseball bat.
Bloodborne. People love Bloodborne, right? Because it was still difficult. Bloodborne is not an easy game by any imagination. But you had more control. You could do more.
You also
It was a
missed
faster
Demon Souls.
speed.
It was Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
Demon Souls, sorry, you're right. And then we got the last game that came out in the franchise. Game is still challenging, right?
Yes.
But you had more weapon options, more armor options, and the controls were better. And it still challenged you. You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, but
I
Resident Evil-
like the challenge. But if you're going to give me a challenge, give me multiple ways of beating that challenge. Let me be creative. Let me use my mind. Don't limit me for the sake of limiting me and saying, you need to beat this. You're going up against this guy, and he has a nuke, and you have a damn vacuum cleaner. Make it work. What? Like, why? I don't want to do that.
But
That's
why?
stupid.
Why are you so frustrated by a challenge? Like you act like that is not.
Because it's not the fact that it's a challenge. It's the type of challenge. You're talking to someone. When I play Halo, my first campaign of Halo solo, I played by myself. Legendary. That is hard. If you ask anyone who plays Halo, that's hard. But you know why I do that? Because I like the challenge and the way the AI in Halo, at least especially when it used to be, the AI in games like Halo, and you've played Fear.
I played Fear.
Now the AI in Fear, right? It was hard, really hard, right? But it was realistic. They were outsmarting you. They were flanking you. They would flip tables and take cover. It wasn't just, oh, by the way, the difficulty's higher, so they take 900 bullets to kill, and they one-shot you. By the way, there's only Trident gum on the floor, so you can't even actually shoot them. They don't do that. They give you a challenge. Here's your ways of beating the challenge. Figure it out.
So you want
That's
multiple?
what I want.
So you just basically want multiple options to be the challenge.
Multiple options
Okay.
and make it fun.
All right. So this
Make
is
it
all
logical.
preference of you.
That's all I'm saying.
That's
I don't
not-
want a game where it's like
Logical? Are you kidding me? Like when you say something like, "Oh yeah, let's go out of here and like have multiple ways to beat something," instead of like,
Yes.
"What happens if it's only one way?"
Because that doesn't make any. What scenario?
Why
in
is
real
it so
life- let me
logical that
explain
you think-
it. What scenario in real life are you going to be saying? There's only you have to be locked in a box
You get a ticket?
down a horror. What do you mean get a ticket?
You ever get a ticket in your life?
It depends on the person. There's multiple ways to get out.
Have you? Fine. Have you gotten any
Have I
kind of
gotten
ticket
a
in your
ticket?
life?
No.
Okay.
Because I just talk. You know why? Multiple ways. I talk to people.
Okay. If you've ever gotten a ticket,
Okay.
what happens is there's only one way to do it.
What do you mean?
You go down to the courthouse, you pay for the ticket, you get rid of it.
Oh, really? Amber, have you ever gotten a ticket?
Yeah.
Have you always had to go to the courthouse every single time for it?
No, but I have had the option.
I wonder why Amber hasn't had to go down to the court office every
Fine,
time, even though
fine.
that's the only way. It seems like there's multiple ways
Yeah, I've gone to the police
to
station.
get out of the. There's multiple ways to get out of a ticket. You just said, "Oh, they gave me the ticket, so I'm gonna take my ass to the courtroom." No, Amber said, "Let me finesse the system."
Fine,
No
it was a bad
option.
example, but there's
I'm saying.
sometimes where there's no option. It's just like you're saying, I want multiple endings to a game when there should be like one ending concurrently.
Multiple endings to a game is never a bad thing. Some of the best games of all time have multiple endings.
Did Halo have multiple endings?
No. I didn't say it's a requirement. I just said it's not necessarily a bad thing.
So when
Chrono
you say Chrono Trigger had multiple endings, but you're just saying you want it one way and make it logical. You're making it sound like anybody else who decides to go down the path.
No, you're not listening to me.
I'm
if
listening.
Someone when you said you beat that game with only a knife, I didn't say there was something wrong with you for doing that. If you notice, I asked you when you did it because I knew you didn't do that now because there's no way you have time in your life to beat Resident Evil 1 or which one was it? 1 that you did with just a knife?
2.
It was 2. There's no way you have 2 was shorter than 1. But still, 2 was short. It was still longer than 3.
No, 1 felt longer because it was the puzzles that required going back and forth.
2 was the longest?
Yeah.
I swear 1 was the longest because of Chris's campaign. I could be wrong. But there's no way, even if that's the case, if 2 is the longest, there's no way you beat 2 last week with a knife. You don't win with what time? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's wrong of people to want to do that or enjoy that. Let that rock. What I'm saying is, don't make Resident Evil, and that's the only way to play it. I'm not buying it. I'll just go play Silent Hill. I'll go play other franchises that have done that genre well.
All right. Let's leave it alone because Amber is stuck over there bored if you haven't read the chat yet.
What did she say now? What did she do?
She was sitting over here as we were fighting it out between each other in like discussion.
Why didn't you say something then, Amber? I
Because I have nothing to add.
tried to bring you in, and you just you just cowered in your corner.
I've been sitting like
I think we
this
should punish
for
her.
a while.
I think we should punish her.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all.
You want to not participate when people are trying to bring you into the
I have
conversation?
nothing to add to it. I've never played Resident Evil.
No, okay, you don't have to play Resident Evil. You play You play Fallout. You play what's another like RPG-ish kind of game you like? You like have you played Mass Effect or no?
Yeah, I played a little.
Okay, so when you play those games, do you ever go like? Well, I mean, I'm assuming with Fallout, since you love it so much, you play it and then after you beat it, you look for challenges and things to do, right?
I usually start over and attempt a different type of run. Yeah.
Okay, do you increase the difficulty at all or no?
Not typically. I usually just play on normal, and then we'll try to attempt a different build or take a different route or something.
No, this is not VR Hamfish. We're just doing it regularly because
That still applies. Because what you're doing is like, in a way, you're still challenging yourself. You beat the game your preferred way. You beat the game the way that was the simplest.
Fallout is base slapster.
Then what you did is, okay, what other ways can I beat the game? What other ways can I experience it? Right? Now, imagine they made Fallout, and you leave the vault, and they don't even give you a full suit. They give you a bra, only one breast is covered, and your weapon, lighter, no lighter fluid. You gonna play that game?
Probably because I'm gonna assume there is stuff to quickly level up and find armor and things of that nature.
See? You're gonna assume it. What if there just wasn't?
If there wasn't, then I'm gonna ask for money back.
That is what I'm trying to convey to him.
Okay.
And he's not understanding that.
I understand.
I'm just saying.
Where's my makeup? I'm not wearing it today. All right.
Let's
I'm
go.
setting up here.
Played every Fallout? You're
Bring it to daddy. Let's go. Bring it to daddy. Come get this work.
Really?
Yes, you do.
Wait, stop. You want some M&Ms?
Yes.
We need to watch it.
What?
What?
M&Ms. Watching something. So you know.
Oh, can I get give me a Gatorade too?
Get it right. All right. You?
So, sure.
Well, sure. Sure doesn't answer.
You just asked a woman for what does she want? Oh, we're gonna be here for 10 minutes. Go
Can you
ahead,
give me
Amber.
another Dr. Pepper, please?
Oh, you got an high five for being direct. Thank you. What? Are you assaulting me, Amber? Is that your plan? Huh? Is that your plan?
Yes!
Then we are on camera. You will behave on camera.
I'll behave on camera.
You will behave.
Apparently.
Yes. You know,
Apparently.
you will behave in all times, I should say. Sorry. You guys are my witnesses. So when the cops come, she accosted me.
I have to establish dominance.
How are you going to establish dominance on someone that's larger than you?
There are ways.
No. You can't.
Yes.
You're never going to establish dominance over me, Amber. Let that go.
Oh god, alright, so I gotta...
How are you going to establish dominance over someone and you're scared to play a video game?
I don't like horror video games, okay? God. Okay, let me move this out of the way real
I don't
quick.
like Overwatch. Do you think I'm scared to play Overwatch?
No, and what has he done here?
I have no idea because I just noticed that it's not going. Hold on. Pull the thing and see if the mouse is part of the problem.
Maybe. This should be fine now.
All right, sorry.
Oops, sorry, noise. Alright,
There you
move
go.
this back.
You should. You know what he didn't
Into
do?
place.
Put the cords through here. That's what they're there for.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No biggie. Thank you. And I appreciate you not just getting me the purple one. I respect that.
I'm not racist.
Thank you.
Alright.
She totally would have gotten me purple.
Alright, now it's time to enjoy this and see where it goes.
You know you would have.
Wait, where's my dog? Was it over at the end?
What happened?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I moved
Okay.
it.
Oh, I forgot to get M&M's. Do you want some peanut butter cookie?
No worries.
Alright. I'm with you. I play games for enjoyment, not to pee over myself.
Exactly. Over my
And I
PC.
play these games to enjoy them too. This is what I enjoy.
I don't enjoy these things.
But we enjoy you suffering.
Yes, we
Do
do.
it for the people, Amber.
You got this,
Alright.
Amber. Do it for them.
Oh. whoops,
For
I'm
all the
not
walkers out there.
It's a big boob. I want to hear a shriek.
Do a new game.
I don't even have to do that.
Whoops. No.
What
Close.
will say? Oh.
What's the sensitivity on the side? New game.
Normal.
Oh, go on.
Normal. Wait, has there ever been an easy mode in Resident Evil before?
No.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
I just wanted to send a quick hello, and I love you.
She looks like a zombie already.
I'm gonna be coming home soon.
She's got like no chin.
Really? I see two of them.
I cannot
Well, that's because it's so set for so
Oh,
bad.
I see what you mean, yeah.
come home to my loving husband.
Well, he's dead.
I miss you.
I mean, she's dead.
I gotta get back to work. I love you, Ethan. I miss you so much.
She has your hair.
Tons of
Nuh-uh.
kisses.
Nuh-uh.
That brunette, long, sultry hair. You guys have the same hair. Why is that laptop so filthy?
Maybe because he's covered in blood?
That's our webcam, though. That's awesome. Uh-oh.
Ethan,
Uh-oh.
you were right. I did lie to you. I shouldn't have. All I can say is that if you get this,
Oh, we didn't switch the game over, did we?
Oh.
stay
Oh!
away.
Oopsie. I just realized that.
Damn
Good
it.
catch, though, Amber.
Alright, we'll just restart it over. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
That's our fault.
Hey, it's Ethan.
Why you look so sad, Amber?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
What are you saying?
I'm good.
Can't read it.
Nope.
She's not dead.
Oh,
she's
the bottom one. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's back.
There.
I don't know.
I thought that was like a wall saver.
I don't know
It was
how.
like a screensaver there.
Screensaver, yeah, but
Yeah. Then I realized
Maybe
it
it's
was
a
moving.
prank. She wants me to come and get her. Don't be
Able to get out of it?
I know. What good is her?
Where's the mouse?
I have to
I
find
don't
her.
know.
Are you trying to quit the game?
Oh, yeah. No, oh. It's because it's
It's-
locked. Hold on.
Yeah.
She's
Hold
trying
on,
to
hold on,
slide-
hold on, hold on. Hold on.
She's trying to slide the responsibility away. Look at she thinks she's slick.
All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, here we go. All right, there you go. Go get it.
Alrighty.
Is
Okay,
that
I
how
still
they
got
see it?
control over this.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Is that how they see it at 2 frames per second? Yeah.
Are they
I think
actually
so.
doing it?
According to the Facebook stream.
Oh, crap.
Wait, no, wait.
No, they see it normal.
They
We're
see
seeing it.
normal.
Yeah.
We see it like that. They see it normal. Keep going.
Okay.
That's weird, but all right.
Wow.
Alright. Oh, shitty.
Nice, get that
That
70s.
car is dope, by the way.
All right. Look, it's Resident Evil in the daylight. Oh, got darker.
Yeah.
recheck the objective. Alright.
Find me up.
Alright. Let's click on Alright, fuck it.
I feel like I'm watching a horror movie for the first time.
Yes, because that was going to actually do stuff with that.
I was thinking the same.
Right, so where does this go? Great. Comforting!
Well, they didn't take care of their van, that's it.
So can I check this out?
It'd be funny if you pick it up into Silent Hill.
Join us?
Seems legitimate. I like it.
Straight to the point.
Yep.
Alright.
Now, if you played the demo, that leads to something.
Is this in the ground? Alright, guess I'm gonna just accept her gift.
Sounds like you're having a hard time swallowing.
Not when it matters. Yay, hi.
Oh, there's a dude wandering over there. Great.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just
You should just
dive.
go ask him for directions. Be like,
Yeah,
hey, wandering sir.
exactly. Hello. Did
Just
you
disappeared into a...
just into a hole?
Is that a
Hi.
hole? Or it could just be shading.
Looks
Maybe
like
it's a
hole.
butthole.
Yeah.
It's like that episode of Bob Burgers where there's like buttholes over the wall.
Dee dee dee. Diddly dee. Diddly dee. Happy fun times! Such beautiful
Oh,
artwork.
wow. Okay.
Let's check it out! C. Crouch. Awesome. Let me just walk up over to my death now. Okay, Muddy Hill. Awesome. Swamp Boot's gonna be fun.
Hey, Mike, can you check chat
What
and see
is
if anyone's
this?
writing anything?
Hello, Dead Crow.
No, sir.
Nice. Fun. Yay.
There's a flooded house over there.
Flooded house.
Oh, purse.
What's chat? Facebook or
Examine
Twitch?
detail.
Facebook or Twitch?
Driver's
Twitch.
license.
Looks like Mia.
Yeah, is there anything else? No. Mia, what kind of trouble did you get yourself into? Fun.
Oh, and if you played the first part of it, this is the house from the demo.
Mm-hmm. Knock knock, anybody home? God, I hate this shit. Ah! Really? Really? Has to get dark this fucking fast?
Which you want that 6-minute loading screen?
You're fine, don't worry.
Sure. Sure I am. Motherfuckers. Oh. Fun, didn't be fucking tastic. What's up?
I wonder how clear it becomes when you get close enough. Oh, you can actually look at this stuff. Look at the IDs. Check them real quick. Hit up. Or just click on them.
No, it takes me into the. It just gives me the detail when I get close to something. So like this, it's just gonna give me the detail. His driver's license. It was covered in a strange black substance. I don't know. Maybe soot because
Maybe
it was in a.
turn off the lights.
Don't you fucking dare! I swear.
You're gonna physically assault me for
Yes.
turning off the lights?
Yes. No. You will see me clam up so goddamn quick.
I'm gonna go use the washroom.
Sure. Yeah, you want to see me quit a game? Because that's how you see me quit a game. I ain't doing it. You think I'm joking? No. Done. Here you
Well,
go.
the lights are still on.
I don't care. No.
The lights are still on. Come on.
I told you guys no.
Come on. You
No.
can do it. It's not even
No.
that bad. It's not even dark.
Told
not
you.
even dark.
I told you. I straight up told you.
Why-
It's not happening.
Why are you scared? It just now the game looks clear. You can see better in this. The bright light shines off the screen. You should
Hell
see
no.
fine. Why would you get mad?
Because I fucking told you not to do something. And
See, look at
you
that. Look at that.
fucking
Look at
did
that. Look at that. It looks good. You're fine. I'm right here. I'm right here. You can do this. You played the demo. You want the lights back on really badly? You want to smack Mike? He turned it off. I didn't tell him to do it.
Is there nothing important on this?
Doesn't look anything important. I mean, you can flip it around and see what's on the back.
There's nothing on the back.
There's lots. We need that lockpick again.
Hello, delicious stew.
The same animation too.
Yep.
Which if you play the demo, I think it may make you think that it's like you have to do one thing. It's so gross. Yeah, there you go. Wash your hands.
Though I do like the detailing though on the hand. You even see the blue in the veins.
I know. It's good. See what's in the microwave.
Hello,
Oh, that's
dead
right.
crow.
The dead crow.
Over 20 missing in 2 years.
Wow.
It's 10 a year.
And nobody suspects anything here?
Apparently.
Why did you hit me?
You know exactly why.
For using the laboratory.
That's for lying.
I didn't lie. I told you I was going to use the restroom. I did do that.
On top of everything else.
So, I mean, like, imagine if this was like I don't know, it's just horrible. Like, I can't even think of any, like, scenarios. Like, if this was your house, how would you react to this?
If this was my house, I would not be living here. This is disgusting.
This is disgusting. What's the level of, like, minimum that you could live in a shitty house? Like, just be, like, okay with it?
Depends. Like, am I allowed to keep one room clean and the rest dirty? Because where my games and anime and all that stuff is clean. Screw the
They
rest.
had to have taken inspiration from the show Hoarders on this crap.
Now, what is that?
Mold?
Oh,
I mean, it's some places. There's a place that's in California that's overrun where it's just thick, high, knee-high mold. Because left here for years because it's condensation and mildew,
Why don't
and nothing's
they-
ever interrupted it.
yeah. Why don't they do something about that?
I think they've removed a few things like that.
Oh, that seems like it's a health hazard to everyone.
Oh, it is. Looks like he's about to do some horrible things to the person laying in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think that's your girlfriend.
Yep.
Oh, he did some things to your girlfriend.
Or maybe he was going to, but then something else happened. That was far, far worse. Go over here, Charles.
Play the piano.
Play the piano.
Do a Stevie Wonder.
Maybe if they fixed it, then you can actually play this time.
Yeah, no, it's okay. That seems like that would be a bad idea.
What's that right there? Oof. These guys are sloppy. Like, what was he doing with the photos? Was he just like, was he jerking off and threw them out? Like, oh, and just like threw them out there?
Why, what year is this that he's using those quality photos? Yeah, that's all.
Oh, see, everybody in that photo looks real, except for the guy in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he seems to look like the owners, those hillbilly rednecks. Now, remember in the demo what you had to do, right?
Yeah. Looks like they removed it, though.
No, it's still there.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, the ladder's back now. Oh, the fuse is not there. Should go to the stairs. Okay, you don't have to go downstairs. I'm just saying.
You're not alone, Amber. You have two people with you.
There's not going to be some magical monster that comes
matter.
out and gets you.
Does not matter to me. Oh, fun. Ouch.
It could have been worse. Yeah, he's a warrior. Oh wow, that's disgusting. Yeah, that is nasty.
Can you go under the water?
I would not advise even trying that. That can't be you. If they allow you to, that doesn't even make sense. You should die the moment you go underneath there. You should just say you have died as soon as you go under.
Septic
look up.
system.
Right?
I was going, alright, I was like, keep going. I was like, look up, and see what's up there.
Yeah, from the dripping.
Yeah.
And she knows the dripping. She just chose to just get the hell out of there. She's like, because she looked right at it. And she's like, nope, and just kept walking.
Well, see, I wonder if you could have gone anywhere else in the house besides down here.
Probably could have. We just decided to go here first.
Okay. Look, I think there's a cat over there. Is that a cat? Something's on the other side of this.
I'm supporting you, Amber. I am. You can do it, Amber.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look at that. You weren't scared at all. You don't know that was real. That could have just been, they could just work in special effects for movies in this house. This could all just be a haunted house for sure. Okay, well that makes it seem like they're like wanted killers. But yeah.
Oh, yep, those 20 people.
All right, yeah, never mind. They're definitely just killing people. So.
Yep.
But yeah, you're the one to stop.
Oh, this cage.
I
I'm
can
sorry, Daddy. I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm sorry, Daddy.
That's creepy. It's either a demented child or
Sorry, Daddy.
demented one.
Something with me.
Why don't you go check around the cell on the other side?
Sarah's eventually gonna go.
Oh wait, something in the toilet.
Needles.
Syringes. Nice. Apparently they're drug dealers.
Or users.
Bro.
Nothing I can interact with.
Is that bolt cutters?
Nothing I could have actually reached. This looks like another part of the bar. I can go back around and check out the cage some more. Nothing really I can do with the cage as...
Oh, yeah, there's no interact prompt sheet, right?
Yeah. And this is what was in the photograph.
Can she kick
Is this
stuff?
what-
Yeah. Just by walking over it, stuff moves.
Somebody in the cage.
Yeah, we'll wait a minute.
Bolt cutters.
That's a good decision. Look at that. Finding more items.
Hit F.
Dead, turned, dead, L?
Yeah, I'm like, what's L?
Mia.
I guess that's his girlfriend, maybe?
Yeah.
And nothing next to it yet.
L. What would L be? Living.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Can I use it?
You gotta click on it again.
Oh. You dead, Sanka?
God, I found you. It's me. It's
Well,
you.
that hair, though.
Ethan?
Are you alright?
You shouldn't be here.
What do you mean? You contact.
No, I wouldn't. Did I? Did anyone see you? Did he see you?
Who else is here? What the hell's going on?
Daddy's coming. We need to go.
Daddy?
We need to go now.
Where are you taking me?
Someplace safe.
Are you going to tell me what's going on? Baby, you've been gone for 3 years.
3 years. Has it really been 3 years?
I mean, like, what's she eating?
And snatch.
I immediately suspect her. She's been there for 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
3 years.
Yeah,
Jesus
that booty
Christ.
looking right, so maybe I should just not suspect her.
What is this place? What do you do here?
Not now. We need to get out of here first.
That hair is very well done. I give him the
I
props for that.
think it's this way.
Really? That's the way?
Clues of the weapons.
Mia, we have to talk. That message you sent me.
Not me. That wasn't me.
You did.
I didn't.
Okay, fine. Just tell me what's going on.
I'm telling you everything that I know.
No, you ain't, because you're saying later Just a moment ago.
The fact she said daddy makes me concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I should know where you're going.
Sam used to bring me food through here. I remember. There. It's there.
Alright, open it up, bunny. Go ahead and get snatched.
This is it. I remember this room. There's another door here. I'm sure of it.
Right there?
It's not here. It's gone. It's gone.
Well, who are the yelling?
Maybe his family. Now that you're here. There's another door here. I'm sure of it.
Cannot interact with this book. There's a door kind of like directly to this side.
Oh, there's something there.
E-00. Hey, Grandma. Can I zoom in on it? No.
Nope, but it
That's
is
weird. You think they would let you zoom in on pictures?
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here.
Just stay here, right?
I feel like her face is gonna change now all of a sudden. Never go anywhere alone. That doll is really fucking creepy. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Creepy ass dolls. More than one doll. It's like the elf on a shelf. Fucking creepy as hell. It's a creepy motherfucking doll. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Yep. Yep.
How do they move so quickly?
I don't know, they probably went through the hidden door.
Oh.
Now I'm just traveling back in time. Fuck it, I'm going back this way. Bye, Mia!
I like how you're just like, fuck it. We're not doing that way. We're going the other way. That girl's dead. Screw her.
Yep. Shouldn't have come after your ass. Now I'm in this fucking whorehouse.
You think this is a whorehouse?
Yeah, like as in not the WH, but just the H.
Oh, I keep forgetting you guys don't enunciate. Yeah, I was.
Horror.
Oh,
The
look at that.
horror house.
Okay, Amber, I'm sorry.
Horror.
Amber.
The horror. Horror.
There you go. See, there's the door she was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is actually part of the game too, where the monster attacks you with the body bags.
Yay. Hey, good morning. How you doing? What's up? Thank you for opening the door for me. Let me turn my back on the open room. What's up? What's in here?
Nothing.
Really? No? Hello, phone that's clearly going to be disconnected and you cannot use.
No, what I love most is, when did it start raining?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Little buckets.
At least you got a guest house map.
Yay.
my bathroom. There you go. Just go use the bathroom so you don't poop yourself.
Awesome. Living room.
Oh, this was just the guest house. This wasn't the main house. Wow.
Are you back in the mansion?
Well, don't worry, Five Beef. Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, it's a bathroom, yay.
Oh, it wasn't like before. It's no blood.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, first aid med. That's kind of nice. Kind of keeps with the aesthetic of it. There you go. More first aid med.
Bolt cutter.
See, I think it's always interesting because the way that Resident Evil games are played is just... What was that sound? Wait, did you go to the other door? Was it open?
No, it was closed.
And what about the bathroom we went to?
Yeah, we went into the bathroom.
Can't open that one. The light's on, right? So...
There's nothing else we can fucking check out in here. Trying to get around the corner here.
It's kind of interesting. You can't go out the other door. Because that's locked. So you have to go back to the basement. It looks like you have to go back to the basement. Weird. Yeah, this is not going to get creepy, is it? Just walk down the stairs. One step at a time. Don't worry, you won't fall down. Okay, one. You're good. Keep going. Keep going. You're fine. That's you breathing.
That
You're
ain't
breathing.
me.
I think you're fine and you're just panicking.
Bye.
Wow.
Nope.
So what are you gonna do?
I don't know, just sit here on the chair, wait for death.
Here, if you run down there, I will let you stop playing the game.
Shift, motherfucker. There we go. Hey, what's up, Mia?
Whoa! With one hand, hey, you better square up. You better throw. Whoa! Swing! What you doing?
It says fucking resist.
Oh! Yeah, you whoop her ass, Amber. Yeah, she's trying to fight. Let's go. Oh damn! Oh damn! Okay.
Oh,
see, he going easy because that's his girl. That's not your girl anymore. She hit
Knock
you
in the face, bro.
She threw you with
How?
one hand up the stairs. I don't know actually.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's just
How?
I think she's doing what she's supposed to do.
Can you hear her? I can feel her clawing her way back inside me.
Scrolling down, taking the knife away from you, bitch.
That's what I was about to say. That chick grabbed you by one hand and threw you up a flight of stairs. Man, you stabbed her. What the hell?
Trying to kill herself?
Okay, you don't even got to. 3 years is a long time. You use the face, you better use it on yourself.
Like,
Knife. Where did her fucking knife go? Okay, can I drag her fucking body away? Really? What the hell?
Through a wall?
Oh.
You just used first aid. You'd have picked something up.
there it is.
There it is. Let's go. 1-on-1. Sweet.
Attacker.
That's when it come out.
Yeah. Get it down. Oh! Come on, Amber. Chop that woman's head off. She just beat you to the sales rack.
Can I please just...
Oh, I think you can charge for stronger attacks too. You don't just have to mad. If you charge for the swing, it's just stronger. There you go.
Oh!
So you just used first aid.
You just murdered your own girlfriend.
I wonder if you could use the first aid on her.
Probably not.
It wouldn't have mattered. She'd have still thrown you.
And I think...
Apparently that works.
So I'm gonna get shot, and I'm just gonna pour holy water on my hand, and I'm good.
Hey,
That's what we do.
Sounds like the phone's working again.
Yeah. Watch it be like, I'm coming.
Who's this? What the fuck is going on?
No means no. There should be a way out through the attic.
Attic.
Go there. Now.
Motherfucker. Whoa! Where'd her body go?
Oh, you thought she was dead? That woman threw you up a flight of stairs. She's good.
Taking that shit.
Yeah, you better take everything. Take that hot dust from that drawer, I guess.
What else is looking around here that may actually be useful? Doesn't look like jack shit. Alright, so I guess this is a door that is no. That's the bathroom door.
It's probably unlocked right there.
This one now?
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Yep, see.
Attic. Head to the attic. Gonna ignore everything else.
I don't think you can ignore everything because
Yeah,
you need the fuse for it.
And well, maybe she might not. Because the light's blinking.
Yeah, but she needs a fuse. It might be on that desk. Oh, nope, there's your save. Nice. Alright, so before we dive more into this, Amber, you can stop. Alright, it is now 8 o'clock.
It is?
We're about there on that point anyway.
Oh.
And if we continue on, they're going to want to see more, and you know
that's
we're gonna mess it up.
I'm proud of you.
So, you did good. You did good.
So pumped, though.
Alright, guys. So this is the end of the show. This is where we finish everything up. We're glad you guys got to stop by, get the history of Resident Evil, get a little of the gameplay of 7, have some fun with you guys. We do appreciate, again, for you being here. Amber's going to eventually murder Mike for making all the jokes and laughing at her.
Tacos
No, this is not the
have
deluxe
genders.
edition.
You like female tacos. Apparently tacos have genders. Tacos have genders.
And with that said, guys, thank you so much for being here. This is Hated Greatness Mike. This is Ramblers. And my name's Duncan. I am Ponecast. Guys, if you want to keep watching, you guys know that I'll be on in about an hour playing this myself. So come on by. Besides that, I'll see you in an hour, Unknown King and everybody else from my stream. Besides that, guys, have a good night and enjoy yourself.
Have a good night, guys. I'm going to continue to torture him.
I do. Well, they still kind of have an item box in this, where you just hit tab or something and it just comes out, and that's it.
I don't necessarily mean the item box. That's a staple. That's got to be there. What I mean is, like, I want real-time, control of my inventory and items and switching and stuff like that. Maybe not, don't give me access to everything, but I should be able to switch weapons really quickly, reload really quick. I shouldn't have to, pause menu, drag ammo to gun, add, and then reorganize everything, and then, let me shoot one more shot to zombie. Oh, gotta hit start. Gotta reload that single bullet I have over here. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Let me run back over here and use my typewriter ink and load the save and try it again and be more efficient with bullets. Or better yet, let me run over here where I stored my bullets so I can get the 2 bullets that I have in the fucking storage so I can go shoot that zombie. I better not miss a shot, or I gotta reload the save again.
Well, no,
like, that's not fun, dude. That's stupid.
That was a challenge.
But that's not okay. Is it? It's a challenge, right? Is that hard? No, because it's a trial and error thing. There's no skill in it. You just do it till it works.
Well, no, see, but they gave you enough bullets that it wasn't too hard, and they gave you not enough, so you just went blazing with bullets.
And I understand that. I'm not saying I don't want to Rambo through Resident Evil.
Sounds like you want bullet storming like Resident Evil.
You know what I want? I don't want to say, oh, I missed 2 shots. Time to reload my save. That is dumb. You're telling me you've never had that experience with?
No, I actually beat Resident Evil with a knife.
Okay. Now, I understand that you can do that. Was that genuinely fun, or was it? So you're telling me there was no parts?
The fact I did it.
No. I'm talking about. I can understand the sense of accomplishment afterward. I get that. I played Dark Souls games. And stuff
Was
like
it
that.
fun? Yes.
While you were doing it, there was no parts where you were genuinely frustrated. Like, this is just stupid.
No,
never.
I was a kid too.
You think you could do that now, adult Duncan with resources, with responsibilities? I've got to stab this dude 900 times. Let's get to it. You're not going to do that.
Well, I'm sorry.
You have things to do.
You're a kid. You play anything. There's kids who play enough of these games back here that I'm not saying it's never enough, but I'm just saying it was one of those things that it drives me complete bonkers because I don't have enough time to do that as much as I'd like to. But you have enough time. When you don't, it's different.
Like with me, it's like I love games that challenge me, but give me a challenge where I feel like I'm accomplishing something. Like if you give me a challenge to just beat a game with a knife, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but do I want to do that? Like even other games, it's not even just Resident Evil. Like Dead Space is one of their achievements and trophies was you had to beat it on the hardest difficulty. And they also did that with the Evil Within. You had to beat it on the hardest difficulty, where if you got hit once, you died. If you died, you started over. And I don't mean like the chapter. I mean the entire save. So if you got to the final boss fight and died... Anyway, before Amber with her silliness started, rewind. We saw a lot of teams from Europe come out for TF2. TF2 had Team Fortress 2 had a really big turnout actually, and a lot of the highlights from the tournament with people cheering and going crazy on stream and in the audience here was for that game. If you guys don't know, Team Fortress 2 is basically the game. Like without that game, you wouldn't have your precious Overwatch. Overwatch is basically Team Fortress 2 and Paladins and whatever else Blizzard concocted and mixed in. Oh, and their StarCraft 3, their StarCraft 3D game that they were going to make. I think it was StarCraft Ghost they were making back in the day that they canceled. Was it StarCraft Ghost, the 3D StarCraft game that they were making, and then
they got rid of it. They scraped it and everything like that.
Yeah, so
they were like, we're over this. We don't want to deal with this anymore.
But yeah, that's what I did this weekend. And then there was an after party, lots of drinks, lots of chatting. I met a lot of new cool people. Some pretty hot chicks from Australia.
Pretty hot chicks. Did you get the numbers of the chicks from Australia?
No, because they live in Australia.
Did you hook up with any of the chicks from Australia?
No.
Terizio just made the most amazing comment back up there. Should rename the show 2 Guys, 1 Girl, 1 Couch. Terizio, your humor's after my heart. I love it.
Yeah, I would say good job, but it doesn't seem very hard to make people laugh at anything.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just one of those things where...
have a great sense of humor.
There you go. Talented.
Exactly.
Powerful.
I'm shocked. You're Miss Queen Troll, and you don't see what Duncan's doing to you right now. Okay. Well, good job. All the debate, Amber.
I just play along because I don't give no shit.
Language. I would say good job.
But Jesus?
I don't think I swore on the show. Have I?
Oh, I'm horrendous with swearing. I'm sorry. I did warn Duncan, though, about the cursing in my...
What?
So what did you do this weekend other than cursing and being a depraved individual?
Well, the typical horrible things that I usually do. But on top of that, I did a art stream as well as started the Game of Thrones Telltale game and played a little bit of Skyrim.
And you, Duncan?
So what I ended up doing, sorry, I was getting our chat lined up there so we could actually see both and not just one.
Okay.
So now we have not that chat right there. There we go. So now we just scroll over so people can see. All right, there we go. So
close that ad if you can, and then.
Driver's license. It was covered in a strange black substance. I don't know. Maybe soot because
maybe
it was in a.
turn off the lights.
Don't you fucking dare! I swear.
You're gonna physically assault me for
Yes.
turning off the lights?
Yes. No. You will see me clam up so goddamn quick.
I'm gonna go use the washroom.
Sure. Yeah, you want to see me quit a game? Because that's how you see me quit a game. I ain't doing it. You think I'm joking? No. Done. Here you go.
The lights are still on.
I don't care. No.
The lights are still on. Come on.
I told you guys no.
Come on. You can do it. It's not even that bad. It's not even dark.
Told
not
you.
even dark.
I told you. I straight up told you.
Why?
It's not happening.
Why are you scared? It just now the game looks clear. You can see better in this. The bright light shines off the screen. You should see fine. Why would you get mad?
Because I fucking told you not to do something.
See, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It looks good. You're fine. I'm right here. I'm right here. You can do this. You played the demo. You want the lights back on really badly? You want to smack Mike? He turned it off. I didn't tell him to do it.
Is there nothing important on this?
It doesn't look anything important. I mean, you can flip it around and see what's on the back.
There's nothing on the back.
That's locked. So we need that lockpick again.
Hello, delicious stew.
The same animation too.
Yep.
Which if you play the demo, I think it may make you think that it's like you have to do one thing. It's so gross. Yeah, there you go. Wash your hands.
Though I do like the detailing though on the hand. You even see the blue in the veins.
No, it's good. See what's in the microwave.
Hello,
oh, that's
dead
right,
crow.
the dead crow.
Over 20 missing in 2 years.
Wow.
It's 10 a year.
And nobody suspects anything here?
Apparently.
Why did you hit me?
You know exactly why.
For using the laboratory.
That's for lying.
I didn't lie. I told you I was going to use the restroom. I did do that.
On top of everything else. And apparently use the bolt cutter. There's gotta be another way out of here then.
See, I think it's always interesting because the way that Resident Evil games are played, it's just... What was that sound? Wait, did you go to the other door? Was it open?
No, it was closed.
And what about the bathroom we went to?
Yeah, we went into the bathroom.
Can't open that one. The light's on there, so...
There's nothing else we can fucking check out in here. Trying to get around the corner here.
It's kind of interesting. You can't go out the other door. Because that's locked. So you have to go back to the basement. It looks like you have to go back to the basement. Weird. Yeah, this is not going to get creepy, is it? Just walk down the stairs. One step at a time. Don't worry, you won't fall down. Okay, right, one. You're good. Keep going. Keep going. You're fine. That's you breathing.
That
You're
ain't
breathing.
me.
I think you're fine and you're just panicking.
Bye.
Wow.
Nope.
So what are you gonna do?
I don't know, just sit here on the chair, wait for death.
Here, if you run down there, I will let you stop playing the game.
Shift, motherfucker. There we go. Hey, what's up, Mia?
Boom! With one hand, hey, you better square up. You better throw. Whoa! Swing! What you doing?
It says fucking resist.
Oh! Yeah, you whoop her ass, Amber. Yeah, she's trying to fight. Let's go. Oh damn! Oh! Okay.
Oh,
see, he's going easy because that's his girl. That's not your girl anymore. She hit
knock
you.
in the face, bro.
She threw you with
Ow.
one hand up the stairs.
Survival horror.
I
There
remember
were
what
titles
I
like
was
Seventh Guest that loosely embodied the horror genre, but mostly in the sense that their stories were about ghosts and ghouls.
Oh, that was Christopher Walken. If you never saw it, they actually had a lot of celebrities in these games back in the day.
One of the bigger games to come out of this era was Alone in the Dark, a game that, while campy and somewhat goofy looking, it still laid the groundwork for horror games to come. And while it was a critical and commercial success, eventually spawning 4 sequels, it wasn't quite the horror game that most people were looking for. That's when game designer Shinji Mikami was entrusted with developing a new game for Capcom, one that would be loosely based off their own NES game, Sweet Home. Now, Sweet Home was more of a horror RPG, but it was the game's setting and specific mechanics that influenced this new game's design. It was quite a bit of a departure from Mikami's past projects, whose resume consisted primarily of Disney licensed games, but he was up to the task and got to work on what we now know today as
Resident Evil.
I used to love that opening. Like, this moment always creeped me out every time when I used to play it on, like, PlayStation.
When Resident Evil was released, it changed everything. The pre-rendered environments aided in giving the game a truly creepy feel, and the inventory system limited the items you could pick up, forcing the players to be selective with what they held. But it was the control scheme that pushed the game into new territory. Players would rotate their character with left and right and move them forward by pressing up, regardless of where they were on the screen. What this did was slow the character's movements down, as it wasn't possible to just bolt out of a room at the first sign of trouble. Players would find themselves struggling to maneuver their character during these tense moments, making zombie confrontations all the more stressful. The game also had this sense of dread that made you feel vulnerable at every turn. The moments between each room, separated by the creepiest loading screen you'll ever encounter, were incredibly tense, as you were never quite sure what kind of monsters were waiting behind the door. There could be zombies, there could be zombie dogs, bees, crows, snakes, or even these guys. And while, okay, the dialogue might be more famous than the actual game itself,
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
that was all part of the game's charm. The B-movie horror aspect felt very
So
reminiscent
bad.
of the Jorge Romero script, and the campiness of the game would eventually become a defining
I love
characteristic
that.
of the franchise.
So 80s!
Jill, you should take this key.
Capcom had set
Or
a
his lock
precedent
pick,
with Resident
being
Evil,
the
so they quickly
master
got to work on a
of
follow-up.
picking locks.
This new game featured a pair of new protagonists, more numerous and grotesque zombies, as well as a more modern setting. It was shaping up to be a bigger, faster, and more intense Resident Evil than ever before. But a little over a year into its development, the game ran into a roadblock. Despite being almost finished, disagreements between the director and the producer of the game caused Capcom to completely scrap the project and rebuild it from the ground up.
Yay. Hey, good morning. How you doing? What's up? Thank you for opening the door for me. Let me turn my back on the open room. Huzzah! What's in here?
Nothing.
Really? No? Hello, phone that's clearly going to be disconnected and cannot use.
No, what I love most is when did it start raining?
That's a good question.
Little buckets.
At least you got a guest house, Matt.
Yay. These, bathroom.
Oh, a bathroom. There you go. Just go use the bathroom so you don't poop yourself.
Awesome. Living room.
Oh, this was just the guest house. This wasn't the main house. Wow.
Are you back in the mansion?
Well, don't worry, Five Beef. Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, it's a bathroom, yay.
Oh, it wasn't what it like before. It's no blood.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, first aid med. That's kind of nice. Kind of keeps with the aesthetic of it. There you go. More first aid med.
Medicine bolt cutter. There's gotta be another way out of here now.
See, I think it's always interesting because the way that Resident Evil games are played is just... What was that sound? Wait, did you go to the other door? Was it open?
No, it was closed.
And what about the bathroom we went to?
Yeah, we went into the bathroom.
Can't open that one. The light's on there, so...
There's nothing else we can fucking check out in here. Trying to get around the corner here.
It's kind of interesting. You can't go out the other door. Because that's locked.
Because they are people that they're insane. I'm just gonna say it. They like doing the same thing over and over again.
Or they like a game.
But not
You're now harping on other people liking a game franchise so much.
No, you're not listening.
The Gears of War ones.
I'm not saying that they can't like the game. I'm saying that they want everyone to play the game that way, that inefficient, illogical way of just. Oh yeah, sure. You could use a pistol. You could use a knife. Play the game with a spork. Beat Resident Evil 1 with a spork. Why? Why would I want to do that?
Because they're trying to challenge you and see how good you are. It's like Dark Souls. You don't like that kind of stuff because it's not Gears of War.
I like Dark Souls.
You like Dark Souls?
Yes.
Why?
Because
it had
of the
clunky.
challenge.
It had the same. It had the same issues.
No, it didn't.
Hey,
you know what?
The clunky
Here's-
AI.
But no. What happened with Dark Souls? Right? Clunky 1. 1 was good. People like Dark Souls 1 mainly because of the story, if I'm going to be honest. But that's for the people who actually follow the story. 2 was solid. Then we got
Baseball bat.
Bloodborne. People love Bloodborne, right? Because it was still difficult. Bloodborne is not an easy game by any imagination. But you had more control. You could do more.
You also
It was a
missed
faster
Demon Souls.
speed.
It was Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
Demon Souls, sorry, you're right. And then we got the last game that came out in the franchise. Game is still challenging, right?
Yes.
But you had more weapon options, more armor options, and the controls were better. And it still challenged you. You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, but
I like the challenge. But if you're going to give me a challenge, give me multiple ways of beating that challenge. Let me be creative. Let me use my mind. Don't limit me for the sake of limiting me and saying, you need to beat this. You're going up against this guy, and he has a nuke, and you have a damn vacuum cleaner. Make it work. What? Like, why? I don't want to do that.
But why are you so frustrated by a challenge? Like, you act like that is not...
Because it's not the fact that it's a challenge. It's the type of challenge. You're talking to someone... When I play Halo, my first campaign of Halo, solo, I played by myself, legendary. That is hard. If you ask anyone who plays Halo, that's hard. But you know why I do that? Because I like the challenge. And the way the AI in Halo, at least especially when it used to be, the AI in games like Halo, and you've played Fear.
I played Fear.
Now the AI in Fear, right? It was hard, really hard, right? But it was realistic. They were outsmarting you. They were flanking you. They would flip tables and take cover. It wasn't just, oh, by the way, the difficulty's higher, so they take 900 bullets to kill, and they one-shot you. By the way, there's only Trident gum on the floor, so you can't even actually shoot them. They don't do that. They give you a challenge. Here's your ways of beating the challenge. Figure it out.
So you want
That's
multiple?
what I want.
So you just basically want multiple options to be the challenge.
Well, I think we need to all ask ourselves the question, what is a Resident Evil game?
I knew you were going to say that.
Sure, we can say the series is all about horror, but with the main games and countless spin-offs having deviated so far from that path, it's sometimes hard to say. Throughout the years, Resident Evil has changed a whole lot, with the franchise shifting from survival horror to action horror to Mario Party, and now to first-person horror.
But how did all of this happen? How did we even get to this point? Well, to answer that question, we're going to have to go way back. To the 90s.
Oh, Replanner, no. Don't encourage him.
Back in the early 90s, the survival horror genre was kind of going through an identity crisis. Most games that were categorized as such felt more like point-and-click adventures than what we know today to be survival horror. There were titles like Seventh Guest that loosely embodied the horror genre, but mostly in the sense that their stories were about ghosts and ghouls.
Oh, it was Christopher Walken if you never saw it. Oh. They actually had a lot of celebrities in these games back in the day.
One of the bigger games to come out of this era was Alone in the Dark. A game that, while campy and somewhat goofy looking, it still laid the groundwork for horror games to come. And while it was a critical and commercial success, eventually spawning 4 sequels, it wasn't quite the horror game that most people were looking for. That's when game designer Shinji Mikami was entrusted with developing a new game for Capcom. One that would be loosely based off their own NES game, Sweet Home. Now, Sweet Home was more of a horror RPG, but it was the game's setting and specific mechanics that influenced this new game's design. It was quite a bit of a departure from Mikami's past projects, whose resume consisted primarily of Disney licensed games, but he was up to the task and got to work on what we now know today as
Resident Evil.
I used to love that opening. Like, this moment always creeped me out every time when I used to play it on, like, PlayStation.
When Resident Evil was released, it changed everything. The pre-rendered environments aided in giving the game a truly creepy feel, and the inventory system limited the items you could pick up, forcing the players to be selective with what they held. But it was the control scheme that pushed the game into new territory. Players would rotate their character with left and right and move them forward by pressing up, regardless of where they were on the screen. What this did was slow the character's movements down, as it wasn't possible to just bolt out of a room at the first sign of trouble. Players would find themselves struggling to maneuver their character during these tense moments, making zombie confrontations all the more stressful. The game also had this sense of dread that made you feel vulnerable at every turn. The moments between each room, separated by the creepiest loading screen you'll ever encounter, were incredibly tense, as you were never quite sure what kind of monsters were waiting behind the door. There could be zombies, there could be zombie dogs, bees, crows, snakes, or even these guys. And while, okay, the dialogue might be more famous than the actual game itself.
That was too close. You were all
Now, and it is amazing. I'm surprised that you did not realize until I just said this that I have been trolling you this entire time.
I am not. How am I supposed to know what you do or do not know?
You should
No. Answer that question. Answer that question. How am I supposed? I'm supposed to assume what is up there. You don't even know what's up there, probably.
But pure friendship and how wonderful of a friendship we have. You should know my humor by now.
This is not an after-school special, Amber. This is real life. This ain't Fifi.
Only joy.
Anyway, before Amber with her silliness started, rewind. We saw a lot of teams from Europe come out for TF2. TF2 had like a really Team Fortress 2 had a really big turnout actually, and a lot of the highlights from the tournament with people like cheering and going crazy on stream and in the audience here was for that game. If you guys don't know, Team Fortress 2 is basically the game. Like without that game, you wouldn't have your precious Overwatch. Overwatch is basically Team Fortress 2 and Paladins and whatever else Blizzard concocted and mixed in. Oh, and their StarCraft 3, their StarCraft 3D game that they were going to make. I think it was StarCraft Ghost they were making back in the day that they canceled. Was it StarCraft Ghost, the 3D StarCraft game that they were making, and then
they got rid of it. They scraped it and everything like that.
Yeah, so
they were like, we're over this. We don't want to deal with this anymore.
But yeah, that's what I did this weekend. And then there was an after party, lots of drinks, lots of chatting. I met a lot of new cool people, some pretty hot chicks from Australia.
Pretty hot chicks. Did you get the numbers of the chicks from Australia?
No, because they live in Australia.
Did you hook up with any of the chicks from Australia?
No.
Terizio just made the most amazing comment back up there. Should rename the show 2 Guys, 1 Girl, 1 Couch. Terizio, you know, your humor's after my heart. I love it.
Yeah, I would say good job, but it doesn't seem very hard to make a viewer laugh at anything.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just one of those things where.
I have a great sense of humor.
There you go, talented,
Exactly.
powerful.
I'm shocked. You're Miss Queen Troll, and you don't see what Duncan's doing to you right now. Okay, well, good job. All the debate, Amber.
I just play along because I don't give no shit.
Language. I would say good job.
But Jesus,
I don't think I swore on this show. Have I?
Oh, I'm horrendous at swearing. I'm sorry. I did warn Duncan though about the cursing. My
what?
problem with it.
So what did you do this weekend other than cursing and being a depraved individual?
Well, you know, the typical horrible things that I usually do. But on top of that,
Instead of just sitting there, and that's one thing I do not like about it. Also, guys, if you're watching us on, on Facebook Live, there is a way to get to our Twitch channel right there, so you guys can check it out and come over. So besides that, so that was a good weekend. So guys, we're gonna just get down to the nitty gritty of this thing. So we're gonna be playing Resident Evil 7 today. But before we do that, Resident Evil 7 comes from a long history of Resident Evils. I mean, we're talking from Resident Evil 1 to all these side ones, from Zero, Chronicles, Umbrellas, Silence. Jesus, there's a whole plethora of Resident Evils that are out there. But we kind of want to do a quick version of it, and we didn't want to sum it up in just a way. So I'm going to let Mike explain it for like 5 minutes. Go, Mike.
What am I explaining?
The history of Resident Evil. Go.
Like chronological order? Or
Yes, go.
Okay, so essentially, if you start at 1, I know 0 takes place before 1, obviously, with Rebecca, and I can't remember the name of the convict that's stuck on the trail, on the train. Because Resident Evil 0 is an on-rail shooter. It was actually pretty fun. And they still haven't revealed what happened to the M-Bait she was on the train with. His real birth is still unknown, but we know what happened to Rebecca. Anyway, it takes place right before the events of Resident Evil 1. Resident Evil 1 is when the STARS team gets stuck in that mansion. And it's the only game I can think of in the series where...
Shay Matthews, I'm sorry about that. We were just recapping. We usually open each show, Shay, with a recap of our weekends and what we've done. So, anyway, continue. Okay, so it's not easy for Mike to recap that, so what we're going to do is show you guys a quick video.
I'm like a big fan of like the story of Resident Evil, so it's hard for me to just pinpoint stuff.
No, it's okay. Everybody's in the same boat. I'm just saying, I thought it was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, so as far as everything goes for Resident Evil, we actually have a whole series. But originally, the whole game starts with 4 characters that we've all grown to love and know. Wesker, Barry, Claire, and Chris of the whole Resident Evil series. After that, we have lots of other offshoots that we can become more recognizable, like 2, which has Leon, Veronica...
Leon the Goat. Continue.
Leon the Goat? Why would you call him Leon the Goat?
The greatest of all time. That's how.
Oh, the greatest of all time. Okay, good call. So I was like, why would you insult Leon? He was really cool.
No. Yeah.
Anyway, so with all that, guys, we actually get a whole...
Ada Wong, that's my wife.
Ada?
Yeah.
That's your wife?
Oh, yeah.
So out of all the women, that's who you would be dating.
Have you seen her body?
Thank you so much for that follow.
Thank you for that follow, Firebeef.
It's a very beautiful Asian woman, yeah.
Mr. Electron, what's going on?
Okay, all right. So... VR? What do you mean VR? Oh, so as we were saying before, no, he's asking, will there be a Resident Evil VR? You guys going to play Resident Evil 7 VR? No, we're not, because that's on PlayStation.
180 turn and dodge move, it ever so slightly hinted at a new direction that the series would go. But we're not quite there yet. The year after Nemesis, Resident Evil Code Veronica was
second best one, if you ask me.
and while it didn't possess a number at the end of the title, it was by all means still part of the mainline Resident Evil story. Heck, the developers even consider it to be the true sequel to Resident Evil 2. Code Veronica was the first Resident Evil game to be released on a system not named PlayStation, with the power of the Dreamcast allowing the game to have actual real-time environments. No more pre-rendered stuff. Even though the game is widely considered to be good, the one thing that it didn't do was move the series in any new direction. Yeah, you had the new features that were introduced in Resident Evil 3, but the game felt nearly identical to it in terms of mechanics, which really isn't surprising, considering that they were in development at the same time. It may not have been the groundbreaking sequel that people were
I still think Code Veronica was
but
3.
Code Veronica did have a few things to call its own. Namely, it featured some of the most ridiculous cutscenes to date, and it was a precursor to how ludicrous the series would get in its future games.
Yeah, this is true.
After the success of Code Veronica, Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami began the arduous task of remaking the original game. He was convinced that the first Resident Evil had not aged well. He felt a remake would allow new fans to really appreciate it more. So production began in early 2001, and over the course of the next year, magic happened.
I think it's just interesting how they set it all up.
Oh, this is the re-release on GameCube?
Yeah. I think it looks way better though. Like, it made me say no to it, but apparently now I might go revisit
one
it.
that pushed the GameCube to its limits with real-time lighting, motion capture character movements, and even particle effects. The graphical redesign was what made the game. It gave players the terrifying atmosphere that the original game promised, with no compromises. It had only been 6 years and one console generation since the original Resident Evil, yet the leap in graphical quality was astronomical. But despite all the improvements made to the game and how much effort was put into making it one of the best Resident Evil experiences to date, there was one thing that Capcom just couldn't control: the poor sales. The remake was a GameCube exclusive, and while it sold 1.4 million copies worldwide, it was well below Capcom's expectations. And the following game, Resident Evil 0, sold just as poorly, despite it being made in the very same vein as the remake. 0 was criticized for not doing enough to advance the franchise. Critics were turned off by the clunky controls and outdated mechanics, as they said. And this was kind of a wake-up call to Capcom. They knew that people wanted something different. They knew that it needed to be more than just scary. They needed to make the game fun. If they wanted their next game to be a success, they'd really have to shake things up a bit. What made the game? It gave players the terrifying atmosphere that the original game promised, with no compromises. It had only been 6 years and one console generation since the original Resident Evil, yet the leap in graphical quality was astronomical. But despite all the improvements made to the game and how much effort was put into making it one of the best Resident Evil experiences to date, there was one thing that Capcom just couldn't control: the poor sales. The remake was a GameCube exclusive, and while it sold 1.4 million copies worldwide, it was well below Capcom's expectations. And the following game, Resident Evil 0, sold just as poorly, despite it being made in the very same vein as the remake. 0 was criticized for not doing enough to advance the franchise. Critics were turned off by the clunky controls and outdated mechanics, as they said. And this was kind of a wake-up call to Capcom. They knew that people wanted something different. They knew that it needed to be more than just scary. They needed to make the game fun. If they wanted their next game to be a success, they'd really have to shake things up a bit.
I received special training in a secret organization working under the direct control of the president.
This seems to always be like the key mark for everyone now. Like, it's either you got on 1
When
or
Resident
was
Evil 4
4.
hit shelves in early 2005, people quickly found out that this was not the same slow-moving zombie fest like the previous incarnations. In the very first scene, the game showed right away just how different it was than any other Resident Evil game before it. You controlled Leon Kennedy, but the infamous tank controls were gone. The game instead featured an over-the-shoulder camera that allowed for greater movement and more precise aiming. The slow, shambling zombies were replaced by villagers that sprinted full speed at you, wielding scythes, axes, and, even chainsaws. While this new breed of enemy wasn't classified as a zombie, that didn't stop them from being terrifying to deal with. Their improved AI allowed them to chase you up ladders, break through windows and doors, and even dodge your attacks.
That's what he does that made
previous game zombies and posed a greater challenge than anyone had ever seen in Resident Evil. And with more intelligent and dangerous enemies came more powerful weapons. Thanks to the new aiming system, specific areas like the head or legs could be targeted, giving players new ways to disable their foes. Melee attacks were also introduced and now could be performed after stunning an enemy. No need to worry about being cornered or chomped to death when you were a single roundhouse kick away from freeing yourself. Leon was more powerful in close quarters, and naturally it made the game less scary. Yes, these were some astonishing changes that the game had gone through, but many felt that they were changes for the better. I mean, the first time Leon gets his head cut off by the chainsaw guy was a defining moment for most people, and showed that this game was not messing around. Resident Evil 4 garnered multiple Game of the Year awards, with critics praising everything from its graphics to its controls,
Keeps in God of War.
even its voice acting for once. After the series has spent a
Oh,
few
like,
decades
I saw God of War in there,
studying
too.
survival horror ways, people seem to embrace this.
Doing that most of the day. Then I went to go watch Split. That's the new M. Night Shyamalan movie with psychological.
You already lost me at M. Night Shyamalan. I don't watch.
That was actually it was pretty decent. It was
He
alright.
made the last Airbender film.
Oh yeah, I forgot that this is in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, moving past that, there was also what?
Right, isn't he making a new one?
Is he making another one?
He's making another film.
They're giving him more money for that?
Yeah. Just try to tag team. Maya was
not
a
the
parrot.
Airbender one, but
A bit,
a
so-
new film.
Gotta
Oh
have
no
to
no
go
no!
all
Oh no!
50 Shades on
Oh,
it.
he's just a new movie period.
Darren,
Oh, maybe I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so on top of that, guys, I went to Split Saturday. I did a photo shoot here.
Okay.
That's where I was at Rewind for our new T-shirts that we have. I have some in the car for
I like
you
how you
guys.
say we, but we don't have them currently.
They're in the car.
But we don't own them until you have them.
Fine, you ungrateful. So if you guys want to see, these are new shirts. We'll have some more photos posted them.
Who's
up.
we?
The company I work for.
Okay.
And us as a group.
I want to say us as a group, but you want to be individual over here.
No.
Way to go,
individual.
Universal Soldier.
Amber, can you? Okay, that. Do you have that shirt on right now? Thank you. So it's just Duncan. That's the point I was trying to make.
They're in the car. Fine, you want to be wearing.
Someone's gonna.
So
have to run up to the car.
substantially,
I'm not
they
saying
have
now.
T-shirts, but not here as
Thank
of
you.
now.
You can just say the shirt that I'm wearing now and show off the shirt.
Fine,
Thank
the
you.
shirt I am wearing now.
Thank you.
Anyway, so I did a shoot for that, and then I did. Oh no, I streamed on Friday, which was really big.
Okay.
That did well. We just got drunk and we played video games, and then
That worked.
Saturday I went out to a place of Den Iniquity. Oh no, actually no, I did normal stuff actually.
I did normal stuff.
Yeah, I went to
What
see
the
family.
hell were you going to say? That you had to. So, I actually did normal stuff. But you went to see family, all right?
Yeah, went to go see family.
Okay.
And then after that, we went to a nightclub. You know, and then after that,
Like dance nightclub
Yeah,
or
dance
like
nightclub.
Satanist nightclub?
It's not a nightclub where paganism is just like hell. It's just Jesus, Mike.
Goat blood sacrifices.
Yeah, the
and
blood
stuff like that.
sacrifices to the god of Null.
That's next week.
So anyway,
I'm just saying.
besides that, Sunday I ended up streaming again, but Sunday.
Was that when I tuned in? Was that on Sunday? Yeah.
But on Sunday I also hung out with my friend Julius. We went and had some Korean dishes. Went to a bakery.
What kind of Korean?
Wait, you're gonna
Korean, like
I misheard
barbecue?
you. Sorry. Continue. No,
What did I say, Mike?
What did you hear?
No, nothing. Oh my God.
Oh,
nothing.
Mike, what did you hear? I'm very
Korean.
curious.
Okay,
What up, Rick?
I'm just-
Ex-Hunter, how's it going,
I'm
man?
just, I heard two things that just didn't make any sense.
I have nothing to add.
I tried to bring you in, and you just you just cowered in your corner.
I've been sitting like
I think we
this
should punish
for
her.
a while.
I think we should punish her.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all.
You want to not participate when people are trying to bring you into the
I have nothing
conversation?
to add to it. I've never played Resident Evil.
No, okay, you don't have to play Resident Evil. You play You play Fallout. You play what's another like RPG-ish kind of game you like? You like have you played Mass Effect or no?
Yeah, I played a little.
Okay, so when you play those games, do you ever go like? Well, I mean, I'm assuming with Fallout, since you love it so much, you play it and then after you beat it, you look for challenges and things to do, right?
I usually start over and attempt a different type of run. Yeah.
Okay, do you increase the difficulty at all or no?
Not typically. I usually just play on normal,
Okay.
and then we'll try to attempt a different build or take a different route or something.
No, this is not VR Hamfish. We're just doing it regularly because
That still applies. Because what you're doing is like, in a way, you're still challenging yourself. You beat the game your preferred way. You beat the game the way that was the simplest.
Fallout
the way
is
that worked
base
for you.
slapster.
Then what you did is, okay, what other ways can I beat the game? What other ways can I experience it? Right? Now, imagine they made Fallout, and you leave the vault, and they don't even give you a full suit. They give you a bra, only one breast is covered, and your weapon, lighter, no lighter fluid. You gonna play that game?
Probably because I'm gonna assume there is stuff to quickly level up and find armor and things of that nature.
See? You're gonna assume it. What if there just wasn't?
If there wasn't, then I'm gonna ask for money back.
That is what I'm trying to convey to him.
Okay.
And he's not understanding that.
I understand.
I'm just saying.
Where's my makeup? I'm not wearing it today. All right.
Let's
I'm
go.
setting up here.
Did every Fallout? You're
Bring it to daddy. Let's go. Bring it to daddy. Come get this work. Yes, you do.
Wait, before you stop. You want some M&Ms?
Yes.
We need to watch it.
What?
Wait, what?
M&Ms. We're watching something. So, you know.
Oh, can I give me a Gatorade too?
Get it right? All right. You?
So, sure.
Well, sure. Sure doesn't answer.
You just asked a woman for what does she want? Oh, we're gonna be here for 10 minutes. Go
Can you
ahead,
give me
Amber.
another Dr. Pepper, please?
Oh, you got an high five for being direct. Thank you. What? Are you assaulting me, Amber? Is that your plan? Huh? Is that your plan?
Yes.
Then we are on camera. You will behave on camera.
I'll behave on camera.
You will behave.
Apparently.
Yes. You know,
Apparently.
you will behave in all times, I should say. Sorry. You guys are my witnesses. So when the cops come, she accosted me.
I have to establish dominance.
How are you going to establish dominance?
That's clearly going to be disconnected and cannot use.
No, what I love most is when did it start raining?
That's a good question.
Little buckets.
At least you got a guest house map.
Yay. The map and bathroom.
Oh, a bathroom. There you go. Just go use the bathroom so you don't poop yourself.
Awesome. Living room.
Oh, this was just the guest house. This wasn't the main house. Wow.
Are we back in the mansion?
Well, don't worry, Five Beef. Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, it's a bathroom, yay.
Well, it wasn't what it like before. It's no blood.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, first aid med. That's kind of nice. Kind of keeps with the aesthetic of it. There you go. More first aid med.
There's the medicine And apparently use the bolt cutter. There's gotta be another way out of here then.
See, I think it's always interesting because the way that Resident Evil games are played is just... What was that sound? Wait, did you go to the other door? Was it open?
No, it was closed.
And what about the bathroom we went to?
Yeah, we went into the bathroom.
Can't open that one. The light's on there, so...
There's nothing else we can fucking check out in here. Trying to get around the corner here.
It's kind of interesting. You can't go out the other door. Because that's locked. So you have to go back to the basement. It looks like you have to go back to the basement. Weird. Yeah, this is not going to get creepy, is it? Just walk down the stairs. One step at a time. Don't worry, you won't fall down. Okay, one. You're good. Keep going. Keep going. You're fine.
You should
No.
know.
Answer that question. Answer that question. How am I supposed? I'm supposed to assume what is up there? You don't even know what's up there, probably.
But pure friendship and how wonderful of a friendship we have. You should know my humor by now.
This is not an after-school special, Amber. This is real life. This ain't Fifi.
Only joy.
Anyway, before Amber with her silliness started, Rewind. We saw a lot of teams from Europe come out for TF2. TF2 had like a really Team Fortress 2 had a really big turnout actually, and a lot of the highlights from the tournament with people like cheering and going crazy on stream and in the audience here was for that game. If you guys don't know, Team Fortress 2 is basically the game. Like without that game, you wouldn't have your precious Overwatch. Overwatch is basically Team Fortress 2 and Paladins and whatever else Blizzard concocted and mixed in. Oh, and their StarCraft 3, their StarCraft 3D game that they were going to make. I think it was StarCraft Ghost they were making back in the day that they canceled. Was it StarCraft Ghost, the 3D StarCraft game that they were making, and then
they got rid of it. They scraped it and everything like that.
Yeah, so
they were like, we're over this. We don't want to deal with this anymore.
But yeah, that's what I did this weekend. And then there was an after party, lots of drinks, lots of chatting. I met a lot of new cool people, some pretty hot chicks from Australia.
Pretty hot chicks. Did you get the numbers of the chicks from Australia?
No, because they live in Australia.
Did you hook up with any of the chicks from Australia?
No.
Terizio just made the most amazing comment back up there. Should rename the show 2 Guys, 1 Girl, 1 Couch. Terizio, your humor's after my heart. I love it.
Yeah, I would say good job, but it doesn't seem very hard to make a YouTuber laugh at anything.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just one of those things where.
I have a great sense of humor.
There you go, talented,
Exactly.
powerful.
I'm shocked. You're Miss Queen Troll, and you don't see what Duncan's doing to you right now. Okay, well, good job. All the debate, Amber.
I just play along because I don't give no shit.
Language. I would say good job.
But Jesus,
I don't think I swore on this show. Have I?
Oh, I'm horrendous at swearing. I'm sorry. I did warn Duncan though about the cursing in my
what?
problem with it.
So what did you do this weekend other than cursing and being a depraved individual?
Well, the typical horrible things that I usually do. But on top of that, I did a art stream as well as started the Game of Thrones Telltale game and played a little bit of Skyrim.
And you, Duncan? Jesus?
So what I understand for, there is a huge one that I approve of, Rams. Jesus Christ. So as far as that goes, guys, the horror survival genre is people try to break off into it in different ways and kind of approach it from different manners, which is really cool. But it needs a little more shake-up than that, and that's the part where I always tell people they need to try new games, go out there and see new things. Like if you go out and try Outlast, it takes the whole perspective of first person with no weapons. And I like that, because then there's still puzzles. And that's the part where I kind of like this Resident Evil, even though people aren't really going to be excited about it. What?
She's over there being a coward again.
Yeah, she's the one who's going to be subjected to playing it. So you guys get to watch somebody scream this. Mm-hmm. So, but before we do that, we're going to give her a break for a minute.
I can't wait. This is going to be great. I'm going to scare you so many times while you're playing, too.
Be careful of hands.
I should see if I can get the lights turned off, too.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No.
That would be pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I'll work some magic.
All right, guys, we're going to see this real quick, so give us a second as we set this up.
Better woman up, Amber. It's happening. So.
like you better woman up, Amber. This is happening.
Mm-hmm. You're talking that good jibber jabber before. It's moments like this I live for.
You're gonna probably get a hand or two across the face. Just letting you know.
All right, guys. So let's switch over to there right now, so you guys can watch it with us.
For any bodily injury.
It sounds like you just want to hurt. You just want to hurt us.
Revealed to the world Resident Evil 7. And for the first time in franchise history, the game will take place entirely in first person.
Resident Evil 7 looks to bring the franchise back to its roots, but the game's shift to first person has caused so many people to say that it doesn't feel like a Resident Evil game. Well, I think we need to all ask ourselves the question, what is a Resident Evil game?
I knew you were going to say that.
Sure, we can say the series is all about horror, but with the main games and countless spin-offs having deviated so far from that path, it's sometimes hard to say. Throughout the years, Resident Evil has changed a whole lot, with the franchise shifting from survival horror to action horror to Mario Party, and now to first-person horror.
But how did all of this happen? How do we even get to this point? Well, to answer that question, we're going to have to go way back. To the 90s.
Oh, Repunner, no. Don't encourage him.
Back in the early 90s, the survival horror genre was kind of going through an identity crisis. Most games that were categorized as such felt more like point-and-click adventures than what we know today to be survival horror. There were titles like Seventh Guest that loosely embodied the horror genre, but mostly in the sense that their stories were about ghosts and ghouls.
Oh, it was Christopher Walken if you never saw it. Oh. They actually had a lot of celebrities in these games back. Well, looks like you have to go back to the basement. Weird. Yeah, this is not gonna get creepy, is it? Just walk down the stairs. One step at a time. Don't worry, you won't fall down. Okay, one. You're good. Keep going. Keep going. You're fine. That's you breathing.
That ain't me.
I think you're fine and you're just panicking.
Bye.
Wow.
Nope.
So what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Just sit here on the chair, wait for death.
Here, if you run down there, I will let you stop playing the game.
Shift, motherfucker. There we go. Hey, what's up, Mia?
Whoa! With one hand, hey, you better square up. You better throw. Whoa! Swing! What you doing?
It says fucking resist.
Oh! Yeah, you whoop her ass, Amber. Yeah, she's trying to fight. Let's go. Oh damn! Oh! Oh! See, he's going easy because that's his girl. That's not your girl anymore. She hit you
in the face, bro.
She threw you with
How?
one hand up the stairs. I don't know actually.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's just
How?
I think she's doing what she's supposed to do.
Can you hear her? I can feel her clawing her way back inside me.
Scrolling down, taking the knife away from you, bitch.
That's what I was about to say. That chick grabbed you by one hand and threw you up a flight of stairs. Man, you stabbed her. What the hell?
Trying to kill herself?
Okay, you don't even got to. 3 years is a long time.
Okay.
You use the face, you better use it on yourself.
Like,
Knife. Where did her fucking knife go? Okay, can I drag her fucking body away? Really? What the hell?
Through a wall?
Oh.
You just used first aid. You'd have picked something up.
there it is.
There it is. Let's go. One-on-one.
Twitch.tv/Syber if you want to join us.
And there you guys go. See, it's really weird because it doesn't show. I hate. Oh, I thank you for that follow so much. We do appreciate it.
Welcome.
Welcome here, RipX Hunter. Do appreciate you for being here. Sorry, guys, we were getting this all together. It's one of those things where it's all set up in a different manner, but I gotta also check Facebook Live because like they update, and so like somebody writes something to me. So like one person like Christopher Walters, how's it going, buddy? It's good to see you again. Hopefully this keeps feeding through like it should instead of just sitting there, and that's one thing I do not like about it. Also, guys, if you're watching us on on Facebook Live, there is a way to get to our Twitch channel right there, so you guys can check it out and come over. So besides that, so that was a good weekend. So guys, we're gonna just get down to the nitty gritty of this thing. So we're gonna be playing Resident Evil 7 today. But before we do that, Resident Evil 7 comes from a long history of Resident Evils. I mean, we're talking from Resident Evil 1 to all these side ones, from Zero, Chronicles, Umbrellas, Silence. Jesus, there's a whole plethora of Resident Evils that are out there. But we kind of want to do a quick version of it, and we didn't want to sum it up in just a way. So I'm going to let Mike explain it for like 5 minutes. Go, Mike.
What am I explaining?
The history of Resident Evil. Go.
like chronological order? Or
Yes, go.
Okay, so essentially, if you start at 1, I know 0 takes place before 1, obviously, with Rebecca, and I can't remember the name of the convict that's stuck on the trail, on the train. Because Resident Evil 0 is an on-rail shooter. It was actually pretty fun. And they still haven't revealed what happened to the M-Bait she was on the train with. His real birth is still unknown, but we know what happened to Rebecca. Anyway, it takes place right before the events of Resident Evil 1. Resident Evil 1 is when the STARS team gets stuck in that mansion. And it's the only game I can think of in the series where...
Shay Matthews, I'm sorry about that. We were just recapping. We usually open each show, Shay, with a recap of our weekends and what we've done. So, anyway, continue. Okay, so it's not easy for Mike to recap that, so what we're going to do is show you guys a quick video.
I'm like a big fan of like the story of Resident Evil, so it's hard for me to just pinpoint stuff.
No, it's okay. Everybody's in the same boat. I'm just saying, I thought it was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, so as far as everything goes for Resident Evil, we actually have a whole series. But originally, the whole game starts with 4 characters that we've all grown to love and know. Wesker, Barry, Claire, and Chris of the whole Resident Evil series. After that, we have lots of other offshoots that we can become more recognizable, like 2, which has Leon, Veronica.
Leon the Goat. Continue.
Leon the Goat? Why would you call him Leon the Goat?
The greatest of all time. That's how.
Oh, the greatest of all time. Okay, good call. So I was like, why would you insult Leon? He was really cool.
No. Yeah.
Anyway,
and there's a zombie in the corner, but I can't tell till that zombie either gets into the corner of the room I'm in, or I walk into the other corner. He's in the room I'm in. That is dumb. The loading every time you open doors was annoying to me. Like, there's so many improvements that came from 4 onward that people just downplay because they made the game easier. If you ask me, the game got harder as they got older. Okay. And the reason I say that is because they just threw way more enemies at you than you were fighting in the original ones. The original was like, 1, maybe 2 zombies, and then the boss fights. Resident Evil 5, there were legit levels where you were fighting, even with the co-op, you and your friend were fighting like 40 zombies. And I don't mean on a level. I mean in one area that you're in, you're fighting 40 zombies by yourself. Yeah. You're having to hold up downstairs, and they're charging you from the downstairs. They're climbing up a ladder through the windows. Yeah. You're having to hold yourself off. Like, I understand it's like, you have better controls and you can move around, so it's not as frightening. But see, that's an excuse. That wasn't. Capcom didn't limit you with bad controls back in the day because they wanted the game to be good. They didn't know how to make good controls. It was just a bad control scheme that just lucked out so fans prefer it. Now you want them to regress a control scheme where I have to turn and then aim. Like, who wants to do that? That's not natural. You can have a smooth control scheme and non-limited vision and still make a scary game. Look at Dead Space. Dead Space doesn't limit you like that. They just throw you. Dead Space 1 to me was as close as I ever got to feeling scared playing a game, just because I didn't feel scared. I felt the isolation of Dead Space 1 because you were literally on that ship by yourself, and you could understand how Isaac was starting to kind of lose his mind because when you were playing, you would hear sounds and you look like, what was that? There'd be nothing there, and you're like, I get it. Like, if I was in his situation, anything I heard, you would look, because it's not even just like, that could be a danger. You're hoping to find life. You're hoping that not everyone on the ship isn't dead.
And I will if I reeve. Sorry.
But so, like, for me, it's like Resident Evil can do that. You know, like, I don't want Resident Evil to go back to 1 through 3 where it's just bad controls because that's authentic gameplay. Like, no, you do that, I'm not playing it. Like, I'm good. And I like 6. I'm not saying 6 is the best. It's not. Just because Chris's campaign straight up was not Resident Evil at all. Like, I'll admit that. Chris's campaign was playing Call of Duty. He had you had too many tools. You literally had a grenade launcher. You start with an M16 and an MP5. Who's gonna be scared of any? You have the best weapons known to man in your arsenal. You fly a helicopter. You mow down zombies. It's awesome. Yeah. So fans prefer it. Now you want them to regress a control scheme where I have to turn and then aim. Like, who wants to do that? That's not natural. You can have a smooth control scheme and non-limited vision and still make a scary game. Look at Dead Space. Dead Space doesn't limit you like that. They just throw you. Dead Space 1 to me was as close as I ever got to feeling scared playing a game, just because I didn't feel scared. I felt the isolation of Dead Space 1 because you were literally on that ship by yourself, and you could understand how Isaac was starting to kind of lose his mind because when you were playing, you would hear sound and you look like, what was that? There'd be nothing there, and you're like, I get it. Like if I was in his situation, anything I heard, you would look because it's not even just like, oh, that could be a danger. You're hoping to find life. You're hoping that not everyone on the ship isn't dead.
And I will if I reef. Sorry.
But so, like, for me, it's like Resident Evil can do that. You know, like, I don't want Resident Evil to go back to 1 through 3 where it's just bad controls because that's authentic gameplay. Like, no, you do that, I'm not playing it. Like, I'm good. And I like 6. I'm not saying 6 is the best. It's not. Just because Chris's campaign straight up was not Resident Evil at all. Like, I'll admit that. Chris's campaign was playing Call of Duty.
Yeah,
He had you had too many tools. You literally had a grenade launcher. You start with an M16 and an MP5. Who's gonna be scared of any? You have the best weapons known to man in your arsenal. You fly a helicopter. You mow down zombies. It's awesome. Yes. Is it scary? No. You're in complete. You encounter your brigade of soldiers and order them. There's parts where you outnumber the zombies. Like, it's not as scary. So I can understand people saying it's not Resident Evil. But if you play Leon's campaign in 6, they literally have you fighting with that reporter who throughout, like, it's like an homage to the old Resident Evils. You have limited resources. You're primarily using a pistol and your flashlight. You're fighting through a cemetery to get into the church. Like, it's an homage to the first 4 games. I think Resident Evil 6 did a really good job with Leon's campaign. It's just Chris's campaign that's just like, yeah, this is just a shooter. I don't know why you guys did this, but it's Chris Redfield. He punches boulders. Like,
well, see, I think more or less for 1, 2, and 3, I know that you're just like, whatever, because of the controls.
Yeah.
The thing is that with 1, 2, and 3, I like the fact that it had the element of the story being developed. I like the puzzles that went with it more than the puzzles that they had now. And that was my problem. And
I mean, if that's your preference, I can respect that.
And then when they took it to, I'm not gonna say like the control scheme was horrible. There was nothing like about that
sucked.
That was the worst.
Resident Evil fans want that back.
Those are the people who don't want change.
They want let me pause the game and go through a menu to pull out an item. Like, I don't want to do that's stupid. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no. Enjoyable out of all the Resident Evil games because of the co-op. For the first time, shooting zombies became a shared experience. Whether or not the game was scary, people couldn't deny that it was fun. By taking all the gameplay elements from Resident Evil 4 and ramping up the intensity, Capcom made the conscious decision to continue modifying the franchise. They turned the game into something that didn't quite feel like Resident Evil in the traditional sense, but it was something that could be appreciated on its own. Pursuing that change with Resident Evil 5 might have been the smartest thing that Capcom could have done with the game, because at that point, there was no way it could have lived up to the expectations that 4 set. Resident Evil 5 may not have been the runaway critical success that 4 was, but it wound up not only being the best-selling Resident Evil game of all time, but also the best-selling Capcom game of all time.
Wow, really?
Had that game designed around 2 players not only set it apart from Resident Evil 4, it propelled it into a category all its own and set the stage for what came next.
This game looks amazing.
3 years later, Capcom continued down the action rabbit hole with Resident Evil 6. Long story short, the game wound up being a disappointment for Resident Evil fans, as it seemed to try to be too many things at once. Capcom hit the accelerator on almost every facet of the game, incorporating an expanded online co-op, interwoven storylines with every character, and the ability to shoot while running. The last point was something that Resident Evil fans had been requesting for well over a decade, and now that the feature was finally in the game, how did they react? Well, to put it bluntly, people were torn. The game wasn't a complete train wreck. In fact, some moments from the campaigns are as thrilling as anything else the series has done. But it was trying to be so many things at once, it kind of lost sight of what was good about the series. If one thing was clear, it was that the Resident Evil that fans knew from the 90s was finally gone. The series was now a shooter, with the only remaining ties to horror being the name on the box. Capcom even went as far as to classify the game as dramatic horror, clearly trying to convince people that the game was still the Resident Evil they knew and loved, but the damage had been done. Fans were heartbroken, and most of them believed that they would never see Resident Evil be a true survival horror ever again.
That's the only thing I hated in the game. That together, I'm like, I wanted them to die. I actually let them die a couple times because I didn't want them to succeed.
So that brings us to Resident Evil 7, a game that Capcom claims is going back to its core roots. And not only is it in first person, it's entirely playable in VR as well. Both of these things are new to the series, so these clearly aren't the roots that they're talking about. It's hard to say how the first-person perspective will help or hurt it, but what is clear is that Capcom has been taking hints from contemporary horror games like Outlast or Slender Man. But hey, I played the demo, and you know what? I like this new direction that they're going with it. I like this new Resident Evil. The gradual evolution of the series has shown that Capcom is not afraid to move on and try new things. And I think it's a wonderful example of a game